हेलो गाइस, कैसे हैं आप लोग? कैसे हो गाइस? आई होप आप लोग बढ़िया होंगे गाइस। आज गाइस अपने डे 2 है यार। आज बहुत ही इंटेंस मैचेस होने वाले हैं और कल प्लेयर्स की तबीयत खराब हो गई थी। आई होप आज सभी प्लेयर्स की तबीयत ठीक हो ताकि सब अपना बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस दे पाए।
Young on Galacticos. Look, fourth Rives, Huzaifa and Falak got a huge advantage because for those who remember, especially John Allen, he was covering it just a few
हेलो ब्रो, कैसे हो? मैं बिल्कुल बढ़िया भाई। आज कितने मैचेस हैं? आज 7 मैच होंगे, कल भी 7 मैच होंगे।
Of this mode, so I would say, if I had to do a prediction, which no for this, I don't know if there's any cursor whatsoever. Fourth Rives.
Wait, that's not allowed. Stop.
No. Is it written in my contract?
आवाज ठीक आ रही है ना गाइस सबकी?
All right, but anyway, let's get into match number 3, of course, as we do have them all going to be dropping down once again. I don't know, I think I'm probably also leaning the same way. After that show match that I watched with Mr. John Allen, I think there is definitely some very well versed.
क्या हाल चाल भाई के? मैं बिल्कुल बढ़िया, मैं बिल्कुल बढ़िया।
That is kind of cool. They kind of look really good. I have that one too. That is actually really sick. So knowing what Young Galacticos may be able to eke this one out on both Huzaifa
अभी क्या
and
क्लासिक
Falak.
करा रहे हैं भाई, फन वाले ये वही मैचेस स्टार्ट होंगे। इसे भाई अपने बेटे को समझा लो, गेम प्ले से ज्यादा उछल रहा है। मेरा बेटा कौन है भाई? आपका बेटा वीडियो डाला है? हैं? कौन है मेरा बेटा? क्या बोल रहे हो भाई? फेम ने आप अच्छा फेम ने रिप्लाई भाई मैं मैंने तुम्हें भाई अपनी पिछली वीडियो में ही बताया था कि वो बंदे की आदत है घुमा फिरा के कुछ भी वीडियो बनाने की, और मैं उस पर अगली रिप्लाई नहीं बनाने वाला। एंड डोंट वरी गाइस, मेरी वीडियो नहीं आएगी बट स्नेहिल की वीडियो आएगी, और स्नेहिल की वीडियो में मैं भी हूं, तो भाई वहीं पे देख लेना। और मेरी तो आखिरी वीडियो थी ही पिछली, अब अगली जो वीडियो स्नेहिल की आएगी वो भी उसकी आखिरी वीडियो रहेगी। एंड मैंने तुम लोगों को यार ये चीज समझाई थी भाई कि वो बंदा लिटरली अपनी वीडियोस में पहले से भी फालतू इसीलिए बोलता था ताकि हम लोग रिएक्ट करें उस पर, और हम उसको रिएक्ट करेंगे ऑब्वियसली उसको रीच आएगी। वो उसी चीज के लिए फालतू चीजें घुमा फिराता रहता है। एंड उसने जो अभी लेटेस्ट वीडियो डाली है जिसकी आप लोग बात कर रहे हो, उसमें भी भाई लिटरली उसने ऐसे मैनिपुलेशन किया है ना चीजों के। अभी स्नेहिल की जब वीडियो आएगी आप देख लेना भाई, ऐसे बातों को घुमाता है। जो मेन टॉपिक है, जो मेन टॉपिक था भाई, मुझे गलत क्यों बोला उसके बारे में भाई ने बात ही नहीं करी, सीधा उल्टा सीधा अलग ही टॉपिक लेके आ जा रहा है भाई वो, और उन टॉपिक पे भी उसको पेला गया है भाई, देख लेना। तो मैं यही बोलूंगा भाई, ऐसे फालतू लोगों को इग्नोर करो भाई, ठीक है? एलविश ने जो मैक्सटन के साथ किया तो अरे नहीं यार, क्या बात कर रहे हो? मैं ऐसा वैसा लगता हूँ क्या तुम्हें? ये सब नहीं करता भाई। क्या हाल चाल बिक्सी भाई? मैं बिल्कुल बढ़िया। गुड, आप सही बोल रहे हो। फेम कब होगा फेम? भाई मैंने जब उसकी आज वाली वीडियो देखी मैं समझ गया भाई, बहुत ही इलॉजिकल पॉइंट है। मतलब उसकी जो पहली वीडियो थी उसमें तो थे ही इलॉजिकल पॉइंट, दूसरी वीडियो में और नशा करके बना रखा है भाई उस बंदे ने। चैनल नेम स्नेहिल का, स्नेहिल ओपी गेमिंग, स्नेहिल ओपी गेमिंग नाम से होगा चैनल। उस पे आ जाएगी उसकी वीडियो, कल या परसों तक आ जाएगी, डोंट वरी गाइस। सबसे बड़ी बात भाई मेरे को पता है ये लगी कि कुछ तो था, उसने बोल रहा था कि मैंने उसका मसाला जैसे पकड़वा दिया था, मैंने दिखा दिया था कि इसने किस तरीके से मसाला लगाया। तो भाई वो बंदा कह रहा है कि उसकी आईडी में 8 घंटे तक की लिमिट रहती है। मतलब ऐसे ही बोल रहा है कि मैं तो 8-8 घंटे खेलता हूँ, कि मेरी स्ट्रीम पे देख लो। मैंने उसकी स्ट्रीम पे देखा भाई, अपनी स्ट्रीम पे वो आईडी चेंज करता रहता है। मतलब जो उसकी सेकंड आईडी की लिमिट है उसको भी वो ऐसे दिखा रहा है उसकी मेन अकाउंट की लिमिट में। और मैंने अपनी जो रिप्लाई वीडियो बनाई थी, अपनी रिप्लाई वीडियो के अंदर ये चीज बताई थी कि जो वाव मोड क्रिएटर्स होते हैं उनकी आईडी में जो है लिमिट ज्यादा रहती है, ठीक है? लिमिट रहती नहीं है। और मैं खुद वाव मोड क्रिएटर प्रोग्राम का हिस्सा हूं, और मेरे को ये वाव मोड का एक्सेस शायद 5-6 महीने पहले या उससे भी पहले से मिल रखा है, और जब मिला था मैंने उसी टाइम अपनी ऑडियंस को ये चीज बता दी थी, ठीक है? उसके बाद भी भाई वो बंदा उसने वाव मोड क्रिएटर एक्सेस की बात ही नहीं करी, उल्टा ऐसा बोल रहा है कि मैं ही कुछ करता हूं, उल्टा सीधा जो रहता है ना मसाला वगैरह लगाना। बहुत ही मैनिपुलेटिव बंदा है भाई, डोंट वरी, स्नेहिल डालेगा उस पर वीडियो। और गाइस जितने भी लोग देख रहे हो ना, स्ट्रीम को लाइक कर देना। गेम साउंड अभी करते हैं गाइस, अभी जब मैच स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे ना तब करते हैं गेम साउंड। गेम प्लेज ने कुछ बोला, हाँ हाँ वही यार, अपना जो मैनिपुलेट करते हैं बंदे वही यार। डोंट वरी, होता रहता है भाई, ये सब करते रहते हैं। भाई इनके फन मैचेस करा रहे हैं अभी क्लासिक वाले। अभी तो जेल्ट्रेक्स का भी नाम ले रहा है भाई, जेल्ट्रेक्स का नाम लेगा ही ना वो ऑब्वियसली, जब जेल्ट्रेक्स ने भी उसको मारा है, उसकी पता नहीं किस बात पे किल सी हुई है। वो बंदा इतना बेवकूफ है भाई, ट्रेडिंग को स्कैम बता रहा है, बताओ। इतने बेवकूफ इंसान से क्या मुंह लगे बताओ। वो बंदा अपनी गलती ही नहीं मान सकता भाई। हाँ वो झूठ बोल रहा है, वही तो भाई, वही तो। चारिजार्ड भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर 1000 ज्वेल्स यार, क्या बात है। चारिजार्ड भाई ओपन द चैट कर दो गाइस। ट्रॉफी केक भेजा भाई ने। भाई रोकी गंदा मारता है, रोकी पे मैंने रिएक्ट करा है ब्रो, क्या तगड़ा प्लेयर है वो, अच्छा खेलता है भाई। वो तो चाहता है बोलते रहो मत दो भाई। देवांश भाई वही वही मेरा पॉइंट है, मैंने अपनी पिछली जो वीडियो थी ना उसमें यही बोला, जो मैंने सेकंड चैनल पर डाली। कमेंट सेक्शन देखना, मैंने कमेंट पिन किया हुआ है, उसमें मैंने यही चीज बोली थी कि मैं इसका रिप्लाई नहीं करने वाला। बट स्नेहिल बनाएगा वीडियो, उसकी देख लेना। मोदी मोदी जी ने जैमिन भेजे हैं भाई, थैंक यू यार मोदी जी, थैंक यू फॉर ज्वेल्स। कागा 99 ऑफिशियल थैंक यू फॉर फिंगर हार्ट मेरे भाई। भाई आज क्या हो रहा है PMWC में? PMWC में आज होगा भाई मजेदार चीज, आज होंगे मैचेस। आई गेस आज 7 मैचेस होंगे, कल 4 ही मैच हुए थे, प्लेयर्स की तबीयत खराब हो गई थी। तो आज 7 मैच होंगे, कल भी 7 मैच होंगे। वाओ क्रिएटर को कब से एक्स्ट्रा भाई, वाओ क्रिएटर को 1 साल से जब वो देखो वाओ मोड में 2 क्रिएटर होते हैं। एक होता है नॉर्मली आपको वाओ क्रिएटर का एक्सेस मिलता है, और एक होता है वाओ मोड के आप एक क्रिएटर प्रोग्राम में ऐड होते हैं क्राफ्टन के। तो जब आप क्रिएटर प्रोग्राम में ऐड होते हो ना, तो आपकी लिमिट हटा दी जाती है। जैसे स्काउट है ना, स्काउट की आई गेस 1 साल पहले ही हट गई थी आईडी की लिमिट, स्काउट की, अमन की। मेरे को शायद 6-7 महीने पहले ही ये चीज मिला है, मेरे को एग्जैक्ट याद नहीं है, बट मैंने स्ट्रीम पे बता रखा है ऑडियंस को। नहीं 8 होंगे मेजी भाई बोले, अच्छा 8 मैच होंगे आज। अरे मोदी जी थैंक यू यार चाय टोस्ट के लिए। रोकी गेमिंग थैंक यू फॉर चाय टोस्ट। भाई कमेंट्री में रोड़ा चीर करके एक्सप्लेन करना। अभी ये क्या चल रहा है लाइव पर, कैन यू एक्सप्लेन? जो ई स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर है ना उनके फन मैचेस करा रहे हैं यहाँ पे कुछ तो वो है ये सिर्फ एबिलिटी से एक दूसरे को मार रहे हैं। अभी मैच स्टार्ट होने से पहले का है ये। प्लेयर्स की हेल्थ कैसी है अभी पता चल जाएगा ब्रो, पता चल जाएगा अभी। इसे नॉर्मल भाषा में बकचोदी कह सकते हैं, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। भाई बालक बुद्धि, अरे छोड़ो भाई, इग्नोर करो। भाई आज मेरा बर्थडे है, प्लीज शाउट आउट दे दो अबीर नाम से। अबीर भाई बिग शाउट टू यू, हैप्पी बर्थडे। बिक्सी भाई आपकी गेम में आईडी का नेम क्या है? आप किस कंट्री से हो? मैं भाई इंडिया से हूँ, मेरी अभी मैंने नाम हटा रखा है अपना गेम में से। भाई मैं भी हक कर आया हूँ, मुझे शाउट आउट दे दो। अरे एंकर बिक्सी जिम छोड़ दिया गया? हाँ यार अभी 1-2 महीने से छूटा हुआ है जिम, वापस से शुरू करना पड़ेगा। मेरी प्रिडिक्शन है गोड लाइक #4 आएगी आज। अच्छा देखते हैं। बिक्सी भाई आपने उसको आउट ऑफ जोन मारा कैसे? आउट ऑफ जोन बताया तो था भाई, वहां पे गाड़ियां खड़ी थी, हम लोग भी जोन में आ रहे थे, उसकी गाड़ी दिखी वहां पे तो हम लोगों ने रश कर दिया। और उसमें भी ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई बिल्कुल एक जगह में लेट लेट के आ गया हूं। जब रश किया उसको गाड़ी का साउंड भी आया भाई प्रॉपर। काका 99 ऑफिशियल, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर लाफिंग डिस्को भाई, क्या बात है। भाई दिन में कितनी बार मारते हो? क्या मारते हो दिन में कितनी बार भाई? समझा नहीं मैं। स्टैक्स स्प्रे गॉड, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर लाफिंग डिस्को, क्या बात है यार। गाइस आप लोगों के पास भी ज्वेल्स वगैरह हैं तो भेजो यार अपने भाई को। भाई स्टार्ट कब हो रहा? अभी होने वाला है, स्टार्ट होने वाला है, डोंट वरी। ब्रेकअप हो गया था तभी बिक्सी भाई की लाइव का मैसेज आ गया तो रुक गया। क्या करने से रुक गए तन में भाई? क्या करने जा रहे थे भाई? क्या ऐसा वैसा मत, कुछ मत, गलत काम मत करना भाई। बहुत कुछ है अभी लाइफ में करने को। विशाल ब्लॉग, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जैमिन यार, क्या बात है, दो दो जैमिन भेजे यार विशाल भाई ने। विशाल भाई ओपन द चैट कर देगा इस। आर कॉपी भाई, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर मैंगो लस्सी। हॉरर वीडियो पर रिएक्शन नहीं डालते यार। हॉरर वाली सीरीज कंटिन्यू करनी है क्या गाइस, बताओ? जो मैं हॉरर वीडियोस पे रिएक्शन डालता था, मजा आता था आप लोगों को उसमें, कंटिन्यू करना है? करोगे, कहोगे तो कंटिन्यू करेंगे भाई।
Yeah, it's a good time down here. Slip in a board and see if I could walk away with something nice to take home.
Oh, absolutely.
ऐसे ड्यूल में हो गया, हाँ भाई।
We'll cover that in a minute. Looks like Maxman's been
आपका नेक्स्ट वीडियो कब? 2-3 दिन में आएगा ब्रो।
He must have been here earlier. Got up nice and early.
Oh,
Finding
mate, it's
those
got to be
chicken.
done, John. It'd be silly
नहीं
not to
नहीं,
be here at
यस
EWC.
भाई, आधे बंदे कह रहे हैं नहीं, आधे बंदे कह रहे हैं यस।
PUBG Mobile Naruto booth. Much like these beautiful people that are over here playing the game. That's the step, John.
बिक्सी भाई बालक बुद्धि कुछ भी वो करा है। अरे 4000 भाई छोड़ो यार, इग्नोर मारो। बात ये रहती है कोई कुछ बके फिर आप उसका रिप्लाई बना के अपने पॉइंट्स को क्लेरिफाई करो। और ये जो है ना एक लूप होता है, लूप। आप पॉइंट्स को क्लियर करोगे, सामने वाला फिर नए कुछ लांछन डाल देगा आप पे, फिर आप उनको क्लियर करोगे, सामने वाला फिर वीडियो बना के कुछ कर देगा। इसमें फायदा किसका होता है? फायदा सामने वाले का ही होता है, समझ रहे हो? इतना टेंशन नहीं देना चाहिए ब्रो, समझो यार, आप लोग समझदार हो इतना। अभी एक लास्ट वीडियो स्नेहिल की आएगी, स्नेहिल लास्ट वीडियो डालेगा, उसके बाद एंड। मैं अपनी लास्ट वीडियो ऑलरेडी डाल चुका हूं, मैंने अपनी वीडियो में बता दिया था आप लोगों को।
Let's see if we can, John. Hello. It's good to see
यूसुफ
you
प्लेस,
again.
थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जैमिन यार, क्या बात है।
You kinda come in,
और गाइस एक और चीज, हैप्पी इंडिपेंडेंस डे सभी को।
and then you wanna tweet
गाइस इंडियन फ्लैग स्पैम कर दो यार चैट में।
PUBG Mobile France, make sure you hit that one online because you can
हैप्पी इंडिपेंडेंस डे गाइस सभी को।
lovely t-shirt for our collaboration with Naruto.
मुझे तो आता है मजा, बाकी का नहीं। अरे नहीं यार भाई, देखो इतना दिमाग खराब होता है ना
over your battleground.
कि वीडियो बनाओ फिर ये ऐसी वीडियो एडिट करो, ये वो करो, मतलब बहुत ही फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग लगती है चीज। क्योंकि तुम सामने वाले के झूठ का रिप्लाई करते रहो, वो बहुत ही अजीब लगता है यार। तुम्हें भी अगर कोई बनानी पड़ी ना ऐसी वीडियो, तुम समझोगे मेरी बात। आशुतोष शर्मा, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जैमिन यार, क्या बात है। आज ओजी और गोल्ड लाइक का कमबैक होगा, बिल्कुल होगा, बिल्कुल होगा भाई। नरूटो अपडेट कैसा लगा यार? नरूटो एनीमे तो अच्छा है बट अपडेट में बिल्कुल मजा नहीं आया मुझे, सीरियसली बता रहा हूँ भाई। आपका क्या गोल है जिंदगी में? मेरा गोल है यार कि मेरा लाइफ में गोल है, जो कि अभी मैं अपने गोल से बहुत दूर हूं। वो गोल ये है कि भाई मेरे पेरेंट्स मुझ पर प्राउड फील करें, जो कि अभी करते हैं। बट मैं चाहता हूं कि वो प्राउड वाली जो फीलिंग है ना, वो और 2-4 लेवल और आगे जा रहे। दूसरी चीज, मेरे को अपनी लाइफ में अच्छा खासा पैसा कमाना है, और जो मेरी फैमिली है ना, उनके लिए मैं चाहता हूं वो चीजें करूं जो कि शायद किसी ने सोचा भी ना हो, समझ रहे हो? इनफैक्ट मैं चाहूंगा अपने पापा को किसी दिन भाई मैं 1 करोड़ की गाड़ी गिफ्ट करूँ यार। मेरे पापा जो है ना उनको गाड़ियों का बहुत शौक है, तो मैं चाहता हूँ कोई बढ़िया सी महंगी सी गाड़ी खरीदूं अपने पापा को गिफ्ट करूँ यार। और एक ऑलरेडी चीज जो मैं ऑलरेडी कर रहा हूँ, तुम्हें पता ही है कि मैं एक बहुत ही अच्छा कंटेंट क्रिएटर हूँ। क्लासिक वाला जो मैं कंटेंट डालता हूँ उसमें अगर तुम टॉप क्लासिक जो पबजी मोबाइल बीजीएमआई इनका जो कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स की लिस्ट निकालोगे ना तुम, टॉप कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स की, उसमें क्लासिक कंटेंट में सबसे ऑलमोस्ट तुम कह सकते हो टॉप 3 क्रिएटर्स में मैं हूँ। टॉप 3 नहीं तो टॉप 5 में तो मान सकते हो। तो उस लेवल पे भी मैं अच्छा कर रहा हूँ ऑलरेडी। बाहर के जो क्रिएटर्स हैं वो भी मुझे जानते हैं। उस लेवल पे मैं दिखाना चाहता हूँ भाई कि बहुत कुछ है अभी करने को। आपका आइडल कौन है? अभी तो यार देखो ऐसा कोई आइडल नहीं है, बिकॉज किसी के जैसा नहीं बनना है, अपनी खुद की एक अलग पहचान बनानी है मेरे को। गॉड लाइक जर्सी पहनो बिक्सी भाई, 140 के से फॉलो कर रहा हूँ बिक्सी भाई, दिल से गॉड लाइक। कुलदीप भाई मेरे पास जर्सी होती तो पहन लेता, बट नहीं है यार। एटलीस्ट आज के और कल के दिन तो जरूर पहनता, बट नहीं है। कैसे हो बिक्सी भाई? मैं बिल्कुल बढ़िया। इंडियन मिस्टर बीस्ट बनना है क्या? देखते हैं यार, बन पाए तो बड़ी बात है भाई। मिस्टर बीस्ट तो बहुत ही अलग लेवल का बंदा है भाई, कहाँ मिस्टर बीस्ट से कंपेयर कर रहे हो भाई? आज मैचेस होंगे कि नहीं होंगे? बिल्कुल होंगे रैप्टर भाई, बिल्कुल होंगे। सुपर चैट मिस कुलदीप भाई पढ़ ली, चैट पढ़ ली मैंने बताया कि मेरे पास जर्सी नहीं है, मैं पहन लेता नहीं तो। यार आज पता है मैं बस 4 घंटा सोया हूँ गाइस। मेरे को अभी नींद आ गई ना अगर स्ट्रीम पे, तो बुरा मत मानना गाइस। रात को 12 बजे सो के सुबह 4 बजे उठा हूं मैं।
in that one game and throughout the day, quite honestly. Very excited to see what they've got.
किसको देखकर शुरू किया था यार? मेरा भाई खेलता था पबजी मोबाइल उस टाइम पे। मैं खेलता था क्लैश ऑफ क्लैन, और मैं कहता था अपने भाई को कि यार क्या बेकार गेम है पबजी वगैरह। फिर जब मैंने खेला एक बार, लिटरली मेरे को इतना पसंद आया ना पबजी मोबाइल, मेरा फेवरेट गेम बन गया भाई उसके बाद से। बट पहले स्टार्टिंग में मैं जब मेरा भाई खेलता था मेरे को बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं था उस टाइम पे, जब मैं देखता था भाई को खेलते हुए।
I really do like his being in the roster. He looks very good. I think the major difference right now though is Ralph is still playing this passive game, but he isn't dying as much as he used to. He is playing that off angle really well though.
इसी भाई क्लोज रेंज बहुत खराब है मेरा। क्लोज रेंज के ऊपर वीडियो डाली है ब्रो मैंने।
So this is in Ronda. If it's in Ronda, you know what? You just go for it. You do get one rewind.
Go again.
I mean, look, I have to be so passionate about Tiamba though, being able to keep that sort of skyrocketing performance throughout every single match. We got to see Milu doing the Milu
4-15 मैच टाइम। ओके ओके।
just yet, but so goddamn close, and I feel like it's going to be just another great day for them. It was a great day coming out of like the survival stages, now to grand finals, and I do believe
मैं भी सर्वे सर्वर से बीजेएमआई, सर्वे सर्वर तो बहुत खेला है यार बचपन में, बहुत ज्यादा खेला है। एक सबवे सर्वर था, एक था टेंपल रन। टेंपल रन खेला है गाइस आप लोगों ने? टेंपल रन भी बहुत चलता था उस टाइम पे।
Having all the 4 players alive, they end up with 10 eliminations in that match.
Absolutely, it's so nice to see finally a full squad from Ulf in those final moments, and you can tell that they know very much how to play this game, right? It's just when they lose those players, that's when they start to fumble, that's when they start to fall down.
Start होने वाला है भाई
You
मैच।
keep them a full squad, they can play this very well. Their timing is really good. Their angles are really good. The splits that
Candy
they do
Crush-
are
Candy Crush
very
भी खेला है।
good. So I'm very excited to see if they can keep those 4 players.
आज खाने में क्या खाया यार? मैंने सुबह शायद 6 बजे खाया था, पनीर सैंडविच खाया था मैंने। उसके बाद से कुछ नहीं खाया मैंने। पनीर सैंडविच विद चीज, मजा आ गया था। इंडिया #1 किया था सबवे में, मैंने किया था, बट वो सबवे सर्वर में ऐसा था तुम रिकॉर्ड बना भी देते थे ना, 1-2 घंटे बाद कोई और ही मिलता था टॉप पे। सबवे सर्वर का ऐसा सीन था।
We have our grand final set today for Rainbow Six Siege. That will of course be between Furia and FaZe, with a third, fourth decider match also happening between DZ.
आपके भाई से मिला दो सभी को स्ट्रीम पे। मेरा भाई अभी घर पे नहीं है यार, बाहर गया हुआ है वो। मेरा भाई आएगा 4-5 दिन बाद। I guess 20 तारीख को आएगा वो। इंडिया खेल रहा है क्या? हाँ हाँ। हिल क्लाइंब रेसिंग किसने खेला है? मैंने हिल क्लाइंब रेसिंग, बाइक रेस, एक डॉक्टर ड्राइविंग होता था वो भी खेला है। बहुत गेम थे यार बचपन में तो।
Falcons players are now in the third, fourth decider match. It does, of course, mean that Falcons are guaranteed third place level points when it comes to the club championship side of things.
इतने साल से खेल रहे हो BGMI, हो गया टाइम, हो गया काफी, 5-6 शायद 7 साल भी हो गए होंगे। पबजी जो खेला था वो तो 7 साल पहले खेला था। COC में लेवल अभी तो टाउन हॉल 18 चल रहा है शायद मेरा उसमें। मैंने भी कुछ दिन पहले ही डाउनलोड किया था, मैंने फिर वापस से टाउन हॉल पूरा मैक्स करके वापस डिलीट कर दिया। बहुत यार टाइम वेस्ट वाला गेम है वो, थोड़ा समझ रहे हो। और एडिक्टिव सा गेम है थोड़ा वो। 8 बुल खेला है, वो भी खेला है भाई, 8 बुल भी बहुत खेला है। चालू कब होगा? होने वाला है भाई, होने वाला है। हिट एडिट गेमर, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर समोसा मेरे भाई। बिक्सी भाई वीडियो कब आ रही है? वीडियो मेरी 2 दिन में आ जाएगी भाई। फ्री फायर खेला कभी? फ्री फायर मैंने एक बार लाइफ में डाउनलोड किया था जब पबजी मोबाइल बैन हुआ था ना, मैंने तब एक बार ट्राई किया, लिटरली भाई मैंने डिलीट मारा 2 गेम खेल के। मेरे को क्योंकि पसंद नहीं आया, ग्राफिक्स पसंद नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है कि गेम खराब है, गेम अच्छा है, बट मेरे को ग्राफिक्स उतना मतलब जमे नहीं, तो मैंने फिर डिलीट कर दिया। स्कूल की याद आती है यार, किसको नहीं आएगी भाई। उस टाइम पे तो बहुत लाइफ बहुत इजी थी, पता है स्कूल के टाइम पे, मतलब किसी चीज की टेंशन नहीं है, हर चीज का पेरेंट्स को देखना होता है। और जब तुम स्कूल के बाद 1-2 साल बाद, या फिर मुझे तो शायद 5-6 साल हो गए हैं स्कूल से बाहर आए हुए, ज्यादा ही हो गए, तो फिर तुम पे थोड़ा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज आती हैं, तुम्हें तब पता चलता है यार कि स्कूल में तो मजे हुआ करते थे। स्कूल के टाइम हम सोचते थे कि यार स्कूल से बाहर निकल के मजे होंगे, अब जब बाहर निकल गए तब ऐसा लग रहा है स्कूल के टाइम मजे थे। शिवम भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जैमिन यार, क्या बात है। टेकन 3 खेला है? टेकन 3 भी खेला है भाई, मैंने सारे गेम खेले हैं यार, सारे गेम खेले हैं मैंने। GTA वाई सिटी, GTA सैंडियास, GTA 6, सॉरी 6 नहीं, सॉरी 5, इसकी रील मत काट देना भाई, सॉरी ना। GTA 5 2014 या 15 में आया था, तभी खेल लिया था मैंने, जब आया था नया नया तभी खेल लिया था। प्रिंस ऑफ पर्शिया खेला है मैंने, प्रिंस ऑफ पर्शिया का 2nd पार्ट खेला है, 3rd पार्ट खेला है, और आई गेस 4th पार्ट खेला है मैंने, और नहीं खेले हैं। 2nd पार्ट में वो होता था यार, धाका करके एक विलन होता था, तुम्हें याद होगा, वो भागता था, वो उससे भागते थे हम, और वो पानी से डरता था धाका। नोस्टैल्जिया हिट हो गया भाई। GTA 6 आ गई? नहीं नहीं अभी नहीं आई, अभी नहीं आई वो। GTA 6 तो गलती से बोल दिया था। मुझे 2018 में विश्वास नहीं हुआ था कि पबजी में रियल लोग होते हैं। विक्की भाई कैसे हो? स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ मैं, आपकी आवाज आएगी ना स्ट्रीम पे?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी,
ठीक है।
वही देख के आया मैं। और कैसे हो आप?
बढ़िया बढ़िया।
ऐसे
भाई सुपर मारियो खेला है, खेला है भाई, खेला है। माइनक्राफ्ट खेला है? माइनक्राफ्ट नहीं खेला यार मैंने, माइनक्राफ्ट मेरे को समझ नहीं आया था कैसा गेम है, मैंने माइनक्राफ्ट नहीं खेला कभी। मतलब सामने वाले रियल एनिमीज होते हैं? अच्छा स्वाधीन भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर 20 ज्वेल्स यार, क्या बात है गाइस। आप लोगों के पास भी ज्वेल्स वगैरह हैं तो भेजो यार। स्टार्ट कितनी देर में कर रहे हैं लोग? क्या हाल चाल बिक्सी भाई? बिल्कुल बढ़िया यार। कितना बजे?
4:30 पे।
4:30 पे स्टार्ट है, जल्दी आ गए क्या? क्लैश रॉयल खेला है, हाँ क्लैश रॉयल भी खेला है। हैप्पी इंडिपेंडेंस डे, हैप्पी इंडिपेंडेंस डे यार सभी को। गाइस इंडियन फ्लैग चैट में चल जाना चाहिए गाइस। आज अच्छे मैच निकालेंगे हमारे बंदे। बस तबीयत ठीक हो गई है यार सबकी।
आज तो 8 मैचेस हैं।
I mean, Mormon has been acting as more men for that team. He is bringing the firepower in a big way. 11 eliminations, genuinely for E Arena. I think he was kind of carrying the squad yesterday a lot. Scarface still being on that top 5 is a really big deal though. Aaron, Ketch, big MVP players. Scarface in the past really pulled it up in terms of that long range scouting, but he's taking it close range now as well. It's very, very cool here, Lace. I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, we saw Milu right at the top, but it's QZZ as well that I really want to see step up for Tiamba.
I mean, I'm excited for top. I mean,
Okay.
शिवम यादव थैंक यू भाई 4 स्टार यार।
into the conversation. I'm not saying like it's a single
Go away, Doc.
person. Yeah, it's a single person that fights on these teams, but from the performance yesterday, he's definitely making a name for Aurora and bringing Aurora into the conversation.
Go away, Doc. No, Doc, don't go away.
Oh, actually,
I didn't say
play
that.
with
You
the
said
team.
top.
Yeah,
Play with the team, Doc. Play with the team, Doc. Don't go away. Don't run off into the distance versus Enigma Galaxy. That was bad. That was very, very bad.
Very, very bad. No good. Stay with the team, and maybe we'll end up seeing a good performance out of Doc. We know that he's capable of MVP performances, multiple MVP performances. But two teams that we're going to be taking a close look at is none other than Vitality and Fourth Rise, because we know Fourth Rise wants to be in that first phase, especially.
शेड्यूल क्या है? अभी 4:30 से स्टार्ट है ब्रो।
Smash rule. You have a look at these teams, about a 25 point for some of these. It's not that far. Teams like Vitality and Four Thrives can be that team that literally overtakes the leaderboard in one game. We have seen it before, even coming out of the group stages. Team Vitality, 10.5 average eliminations. And then Four Thrives, 6.25.
अभी फ्यूचर में बीच में बैन हो गया तो क्या करोगे? कर लेंगे यार कुछ ना कुछ भाई, कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है। लव योर गेम ब्रो, थैंक यू सो मच यार। ब्लैकिया थैंक यू सो मच फॉर $2 अमेरिकन ब्रो। क्या बात है गाइस, ब्लैकिया भाई ओपन द चैट कर दे गाइस। वो अच्छा नेट करा यार।
But they're just falling short. But for Thrives, if we bring them into the conversation, they are getting these eliminations, but they're not really making it to that end zone. So these two championship teams, and obviously we got some PMWC championships in here, so of course they have.
कभी कोलकाता आए हो क्या? नहीं कोलकाता नहीं आया कभी।
Able to bring them back into the conversation and be absolutely dominant over the course of the matches today. I'm excited.
Yeah, correct. I mean,
I'm stepping forward too.
I can see that. Not on camera. You're just going in there.
I've got the passion.
But yeah, that's Tiamba. What Tiamba exactly did to the poor guys on Vitality over on Rondo. They just got in there. And I think for Vitality throughout the day, if we look back on it a lot, most of the positions they took on the map were actually quite good, quite formidable, and they played it out decently well. They are.
आतंकी पाजी की तबीयत खराब है। अरे अभी तक ठीक नहीं हुआ क्या? बिक्सी भाई वीडियो देखा आपने, मसाला किया ऐसा बता रहा है वो साला। अरे अनिशेक भाई मेरे को एक बात बताओ, जो मैंने वीडियो डाली पिछली, मैंने उसी में बताया कि मैं वाव मोड क्रिएटर एक्सेस है मेरे पे, और वाव मोड जिन लोगों के पास रहता है क्रिएटर एक्सेस, उन लोगों की आईडी में लिमिट ही नहीं आती है। 6 महीने पहले बता चुका हूं मैं ये बात आप लोगों को। और उस बंदे के कमेंट में जो लोग ये बात लिख रहे हैं कि बिक्सी के पास वाव मोड क्रिएटर एक्सेस है, उन बंदों के वो कमेंट हाइड मार रहा है। तो क्या उम्मीद करें ऐसे लोगों से, आप बताओ। बालक बुद्धि ने आप पर वीडियो बनाई है। प्राइम भाई स्नेहिल वीडियो बनाएगा उस पर, अभी मैं नहीं बनाने वाला। मैंने आपको बताया था पिछली वीडियो में कि मैं नहीं बनाऊंगा वीडियो, क्योंकि ये चीजें ना एक लूप रहती है। मैं वीडियो में पॉइंट्स का रिप्लाई दूंगा, अगला बंदा फिर से घुमा फिरा के चीजें बोलेगा, फिर तुम उस पर वीडियो बनाओगे, फिर वो वही करेगा, और फायदा इसमें सामने वाले का ही होता है, समझ रहे हो। मेरे पास लाइफ में बहुत कुछ है भाई करने को, मेरे पे इतना टाइम नहीं है कि मैं कुछ चूतियों को बार बार रिप्लाई देता रहूं, समझ रहे हो। पहले भी बंदे को 1-1.5 साल से 2 साल से इग्नोर कर रहा हूं, अभी फिर से इग्नोर ही करूंगा। और ये चीज समझ आती है भाई कि बंदा इतने टाइम से क्यों बार बार पोक करता रहता था, क्योंकि उसको पता है कि जिस दिन मैंने वीडियो बनाई उसको अच्छी खासी रीच आएगी उससे। लूप वाली चीजें होती हैं गाइस ये, बस सामने वाले के बारे में नई नई चीजें बोलते रहो। अभी मेन जो मैंने पहली वीडियो डाली थी उसका टॉपिक ये था कि उसने मेरे को उल्टा बोला। अभी उसकी लेटेस्ट वीडियो देखोगे उसमें कुछ बात ही नहीं है उसकी, क्योंकि उसको पता है वहां पे वो गलत है, तो उन चीजों को इग्नोर करके नई चीजें लेके आता रहेगा। अब मेरे पे इतना टाइम नहीं है ब्रो कि मैं रिप्लाई देता रहूं, फिर वो अगली वीडियो में फिर कुछ बोलेगा। समझा करो ये चीजें। क्यों विक्की भाई, सही नहीं कह रहा हूं मैं?
वही ना, एक के ऊपर 10 वीडियो बना के फेम थोड़ी देना है बार बार किसी को महंगा है, वो तो उसी के लिए आ रहा है व्यूज के लिए।
नहीं, मेन चीज ये है कि मेन जो हमारा टॉपिक था जिसके लिए वीडियो बनाई गई पहली, अगर आप सही
वो
हो तो
cover ही
उसी
नहीं
पे
कर
स्टक
रहा
रहो
है।
ना, उसी पे स्टिक रहो। आपको पता है वहां आप गलत हो, तो आप अलग अलग पॉइंट तो लेके आओगे ही। बताओ,
हर बार बात
मैं
पलटने की
विक्की
कोशिश
भाई
रहती
मैं
है।
ट्रेडिंग प्रमोट कर रहा हूँ। ट्रेडिंग
हम्म।
आप बताओ गलत है?
नहीं, ट्रेडिंग तो भाई बहुत लोग करते हैं
लीगल
पूरे।
है, वो लीगल है वो चीज।
ऑफिशियल
ट्रेडिंग
वो है, वो तो
करते हैं।
गवर्नमेंट टैक्स काटती है उसमें तो।
हाँ, टैक्स लेती है गवर्नमेंट। बंदा उस चीज को, उस पर कोई पॉइंट नहीं है, तो वो ट्रेडिंग कह रहा है कि ट्रेडिंग गलत चीज होती है उसको
इलीगल है,
ऐसा।
स्कैम है।
ट्रेडिंग महंगर क्या बोले बताओ यार।
अरे यार,
मेरे इतने सारे दोस्त है पता है ट्रेडिंग करते हैं।
ऑफिशियल ऐप है वो, ऑथराइज्ड वो भी।
अरे हाँ, प्ले स्टोर पे 1 करोड़ से ज्यादा डाउनलोड है
वही तो
भाई।
कह रहा हूँ।
इतने सारे ट्रेडर होते हैं भाई।
दिमाग नहीं होता ना भाई,
वही है ना, गेम से बाहर कभी देखा नहीं कुछ दुनिया में, कुछ भी
खुद नहीं लगा
तो
पाएंगे
कुछ भी।
तो
हाँ, तो कुछ भी आके बोल दो। ऐसे चूतिया लोगों को ध्यान देना ही नहीं चाहिए। कुत्ते 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 की पूंछ टेढ़ी ही रहती है, कितना भी सीधा कर लो। वही है भाई। देखो मैं तुम्हें एक चीज बता रहा हूँ, देखो गाइस, मैंने ना अपनी लाइफ में एक चीज सीखी है। आप अगर किसी को बार बार करेक्ट कर रहे हो ना, और अगर वो बंदा मान लो कि 10 जगह पे गलत है और वो एक जगह पे भी अपनी गलती नहीं एक्सेप्ट कर रहा है, तो ये समझ जाओ कि भाई वहां पे अगर आप उस बंदे से फिर भी बहस कर रहे हो तो आप ही चूतिया हो। आप ही की गलती है कि आप सामने वाले से बहस कर रहे हो। अगर सामने वाला एक भी जगह पे अपनी गलती नहीं मान रहा है तो फिर भाई फायदा नहीं है यार, कोई बहस करने का फायदा नहीं है। चुपचाप अपना काम करो, जस्ट इग्नोर। बालक बुद्धि भाई को इसीलिए इसी रीजन की वजह से कहा गया है। भाई लाइव का मैसेज नहीं आया मुझे, कोई बात नहीं ब्रो, कोई बात नहीं। व्हाट डू यू थिंक, अपनी एक भी इंडियन टीम आज टॉप 5 में आ पाएगी? बिल्कुल आ सकती है ब्रो। कल भी उन लोगों के मैच इसलिए खराब गए कि उनकी तबीयत खराब थी प्लेयर्स की।
I think Aurora crack like an egg all the time, dude. I think that's totally fair to say. I think group stage Aurora is unreal. Qualifications Aurora also unreal. Finals Aurora is just a different beast, man. Okay. I think if you can back them into a corner, then it could be really good. I do think Aurora's played slightly better this time, but I am getting some moments where I'm like, oh god, it's happening again. I can feel the docketing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You start talking about Aurora, I get past this time for Aurora as well. We gotta be careful with what we say.
आज तो कह रहे हैं ठीक है सब।
Luckily, everybody has been
तबीयत ठीक है सबकी?
हाँ, कल मान्या की बहुत खराब हो गई थी, आज मान्या थे रिकवर है थोड़ा।
Don't forget you can go check out the fan zone experience.
आतंकी तो कल घूम रहे थे, आतंकी तो यहीं पे था, लैन पे ही था।
अच्छा,
ओजी के प्लेयर नहीं हुए थे कमाल।
फूड पॉइजन इज रियल। कोई नहीं यार, हो जाता है, अब क्या करें। बाहर गए हैं, वहां पे अलग खाना है, अलग तरीके का, नहीं जमा होगा। सबकी हालत खराब थी, 20+ प्लेयर्स की खराब थी ब्रो।
So I'm just gonna go on brand and say 7 and then just get some of the other cool stuff. We have gotten so many shirts. Actually,
इम्यूनिटी स्ट्रांग थी, रिकवर जल्दी हो गए, ये है पॉइंट।
one shirt.
One shirt. Yes.
Have you gotten any shirts, man?
देख कंप्लीटली रिकवर तो नहीं होंगे भाई।
कंप्लीटली तो कोई भी नहीं हुआ होगा अभी तक, एक दिन में तो नहीं होते इस चीज में तो। पीछे कोई फोन दिखा रहा है अपना।
They're gonna play. They're gonna play that security.
I got triple T's. Tongue. Sorry.
They're gonna play the security camera from earlier when we
आज कितने मैच होंगे? आज 8 मैच होंगे।
us just putting shirts in the tote bags with Naruto, I'm like, yes, take all of that.
भाई 2 मिनट निब्बा निब्बी जैसे बात करो ना.
Is there one team that you're looking to kickstart
क्या बोल रहे हो
the
भाई?
day with Miramar?
Fourth Thrives. For me, Fourth Thrives has to do it now. Yes, they will have that second chance in the Rondo, but for me, there's
मैचेस कितने बजे स्टार्ट होंगे? अभी 2 मिनट में स्टार्ट है भाई.
Just one good game. They need this. They feed off momentum so much.
ये ने बहुत अच्छी लीड बना ली पहले दिन ही.
Where's the venue? Paris में.
I think it's a weird day for Fourth Thrives, honestly, because they love to start on Rondo. They say all the time in the past that Rondo is their best map. Usually they start off on Rondo really strong and then they can transfer that momentum. Starting on Miramar, I don't think that it's the craziest map. I still think they can play it. For me, it's probably S2G. S2G has had a tendency in the past for miracle Miramars.
Yeah, I have to agree with that as well. And plus, Miramar, you get 2 at the start, 2 at the end. So these are like practice Miramars, you know what I'm saying? And then right at the end, that's where you have all playability and energy. Yeah, the yes.
I'm going to be looking at Ulf Esports because of what they were able to do yesterday, especially on the last game.
सिवाय 3 साल से फॉलो कर रहा हूँ और आपका सारा वीडियो देखता हूँ. By the way, love from Assam. Love you too, Sumit भाई. Love you too यार.
They would only end up having one placement point, and for me, that is the biggest red flag out of these teams when you're not able to just convert only on LMs.
फेम प्ले तो आपको गाली दे रहा है. अरे देने दो यार लेजेंड भाई, कोई नहीं.
A team doesn't really need a chicken dinner to be able to win PMWC, but in my eyes, they do need to be consistent at least towards the top 5.
Yeah, I mean the beige flag right now is Fourth Thrives, right? We're in the middle ground. I mean the 4 placement points, not great, but it is promising to see.
भाई ये फेम प्ले नहीं सुधेगा. 0% सेंस है बातें की भाई. जो ये इसको ये तक आइडिया नहीं है. वाओ क्रिएटर की टाइम लिमिट नहीं मिलती. टॉप मारता है भाई. तो यार मैंने अपनी वीडियो में ही क्लियर करी थी ये चीज यार. यतिन राठी भाई, मैंने तभी तो 2 साल पहले का दिखाया था उस बंदे का, कि उस बंदे का 2 साल पहले का सर्वाइवल टाइम ज्यादा था. और मैंने अपना भी दिखाया था कि उस टाइम पे मेरे पे वाओ मोड क्रिएटर एक्सेस भी नहीं था, किसी पे नहीं होता था उस टाइम पे. इसलिए मैंने 2 साल पहले का दिखाया था. आज के टाइम पे तो बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है भाई किसी का सर्वाइवल टाइम वगैरह बताना, क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा लोगों पे आज के टाइम पे वाओ मोड का क्रिएटर एक्सेस. वॉल्यूम थोड़ा बढ़ाओ. बढ़ाते हैं, अभी मैच स्टार्ट होने तो फिर बताते हैं. बिक्सी बाबू ने खाना खाया, अभी नहीं खाया भाई.
Just give up the fight a little earlier, guys, and get yourself into that rotation. Their eliminations will match, and they will.
फिर बोलना किसके टॉप पे, पता ही है यार. नीरज भाई तुम्हें.
Esports with just 2 points. Those 2 points coming from eliminations. This is a team we're talking about give up the fight, talking about wanting to fight. This is a team that needs to figure out what they actually want to do, because we saw them hot drop with Nigma Galaxy 3 times yesterday, and after the first one, Raouf called them out. Which, by the way, Raouf, keep on talking.
तो खाओ ना. अरे यार अभी लाइव स्ट्रीम करनी थी, अभी नीचे जाना पड़ेगा फिर मेरे को. स्ट्रीम छोड़ के स्ट्रीम के बाद ही खा लेंगे.
मैच डिले हुआ है शायद.
अरे अभी भी स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ क्या मैच?
मैच डिले है. प्लेयर नहीं है अभी तक. 10-15 मिनट कह रहे हैं.
Today though is great because we don't start on Rondo or Erangel. We just go to Miramar. So hopefully no hot drops there. If there is hot drops,
There are
may need to have like a stern fatherly conversation with either.
और बताओ यार विक्की भाई, कैसे हो यार?
एकदम बढ़िया यार.
बढ़िया हो.
तीसरा सवाल.
तो एक बात और बता दो यार विक्की भाई. एक आखिरी बार पूछूंगा, कैसे हो यार?
यार मैं बढ़िया हूँ. आप कैसे?
अरे कुछ नया रिप्लाई तो दे दो यार.
यार मैं ठीक नहीं हूँ यार बिल्कुल भी.
बताओ ना क्या हो रहा है जिंदगी में. दुख, ऐसा क्या दुख आ गया आपकी जिंदगी में? स्टार्ट हो गया क्या मैच?
दुख खत्म होगा.
दुख खत्म होने वाला है गाइस. पहला मैच मिरामार होगा ना फिर. अब
2 मिरामार. हाँ,
आपका सेटअप वीडियो बनाओ. अभी सेटअप कंप्लीट होगा तो उसके बाद लाते हैं यार.
आज बहुत सफोकेटिंग डे होगा भाई इनके लिए.
भाई इग्नोर मत करो कमेंट प्लीज. क्या इग्नोर करा बताओ?
कुछ इग्नोर नहीं करा.
At EWC here in Paris. This is the last the second day of PMWC here in Paris. I'm so excited, buddy. What's happening here?
Our attention now shifts to the teams that have to perform well today because just 8 maps remain until we set the
AKOP BGMI, thank you so much for samosa yaar. Kya baat hai?
It's crucial to
Thank you
not
for gold
fall
coin
behind
also.
and to stay on the top of these rankings because everything played today as well.
That's right. We've got young contenders, historic rivalries, and legends of the game ready to go toe-to-toe on the Gadia City grid.
The better player on Worlds meet again for insane games, but which team will seize the opportunity and rise above the rest?
One step closer to $3 million, inching towards the trophy, the status, the glory, and the legacy. And so it is time to kick
Akash
off
bhai, thank you for
day 2 of
treat
the
yaar, kya baat hai?
PMWC finals at the EWC 2026.
स्टार्ट होने वाला है.
अरे बिक्सी भाई एक बात बताओ, कैसे हो यार?
बिल्कुल बढ़िया यार. 40 फलक को लूज मोशन लग गया. अरे यार ऐसे मजाक मत उड़ाओ भाई. जब तबीयत खराब होती है ना, और भाई बहुत बड़े मैचेस हैं, इसमें तबीयत किसी की भी प्लेयर की खराब होगी ना, भले ही दूसरी घंटे का क्यों ना हो, बहुत बुरी बात है. क्योंकि वो बंदा, किसी बंदे की जो फुल पोटेंशियल है उस पर वो नहीं खेल पा रहा है. समझ रहे हो? सेम चीज हमारे प्लेयर्स के लिए भी है. हमारे प्लेयर्स की भी तबीयत खराब हुई, अच्छा नहीं लगा बिल्कुल. मैचेस फेयर होने चाहिए जिसमें हर कोई अपनी फुल पोटेंशियल पे खेल पाए. प्राइस पूल कितना है विनर का? शायद 60 करोड़ प्लस है. 60 करोड़ प्लस.
60 करोड़ प्लस है.
You have to have the stamina. You have to be looking for it. It's so much more important than usual. It's kind of easy to disregard. Maybe you think, oh, it's only 2 extra games in the day, but that's maybe up to 2 hours that you need to keep your mental
मुझे तो लगा था मैच स्टार्ट हो गया है.
in, dialed down.
मैच अभी स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ भाई, 10 मिनट डिले आ गया. 5 मिनट का कह रहे हैं.
Every single point matters. Every single match can make the difference.
40 gamer, thank you for 40 rupees super chat यार. क्या बात है?
That is right here, folks. $1.7 million on the line here in the finals, all by itself. $3 million prize pool total. First place team going to be taking home $500,000.
$3 million. कितना होता है?
1.5 मिलियन ले जा रहे हैं मतलब. फर्स्ट प्राइस जो है 1.5 मिलियन ना.
अबे नहीं बे, कितना हुआ ये?
3 मिलियन का प्राइस पूल है ना.
28 करोड़ का हुआ ना. 3 मिलियन.
What I'm kind of interested in as well is, normally you've played the Miramars the previous day, you have all evening, all night to recollect your thoughts about how your Miramar performances went, to be able to re-engage those strategies.
बहुत है प्राइस पूल तो भी. भाई आईफोन में क्यों नहीं खेल रहे? आईफोन स्पॉन्सर्ड नहीं किया ना इनको.
मैच स्टार्ट हो गया. फर्स्ट मैच मिरामार.
हां मिरामार है, पहला मैच हो गया स्टार्ट.
Do that faster for specifically Miramar than we've seen for any other map, and so that could be an interesting dynamic to let unfold here in terms of those points scoring when it comes to the end of today and the last 2 matches of it. As we're getting locked in, our players boarding the plane for the first time, looking ready.
Yeah.
Hopefully Ida don't get too hot with their drops. We know what they like to do, but it's not, as the desk was highlighting there, it is not Erangel, it's not Picardo, sorry, it's not, it may be Picardo, I hope it's not. It's not Erangel, it's not Rondo, so they have to try and get some points on board.
They need to desperately. Let's get this one started here, folks. You can see the players are excited. I'm hyped. I know y'all guys at home are excited to see some serious PUBG Mobile action. Let's get into it. Plane path going right down the center in a beautiful diagonal. So these teams know crazy plane paths to start us off here. But I like what you mentioned. You know, we have to look at it for what it is, right? We're playing 2 Miramars today, and then we're going to be finishing with Miramar today. So it's going to be really interesting to see like how these teams are going to go into these 2 matches, and it's going to give these coaches a lot of time, right, in between all the other matches to prepare for those final 2. So I'm interested to see how these squads start here and end here.
Started, yes, match start हो
I mean,
गया.
it would be interesting to compare the differences. We haven't seen them yet.
OG ने बड़ा split किया हुआ काफी.
But compare the differences to the adjustments that we're going to see potentially on Erangel, and then look at what adjustments we may see from the start Miramars to the end Miramars today. But that's a conversation for later on, because we do have to get stuck into the action. Hopefully not super quickly, but stranger things have happened. At the moment, I'm not seeing too much danger on these drops. It looks like teams are fairly extricated from one another. It's a little bit interspersed on the east side here, though. Hot Jukes with Tianba and S2G. However, I don't imagine that's going to be too much of a problem. Grab some vehicles. The circle up to the north side.
OG circle में.
तो मुझे भी नहीं दिख रही है.
Well,
अरे Godel है किधर?
some danger between Godlike and Orangutan, but yeah, they're far enough.
एक साथ नहीं है, एक ही जगह पे है Godel और OG.
एक ही जगह पे?
Yeah, you can see the Galaxy, they're going to be heading on over to El Pozo. That is normally out the 7th drop, but they are not here in the finals, so they should be able to get looted up pretty quick here. They're going to start off by, of course, securing those vehicles. Super important inside of Miramar. Coops right in the trike. You can see him looking up, being like, trike, come on, man. Where is my UAS? Where's my Murado? He's going to need to find something else here. Or stuck to doing some little baby looting here. They're going to be fighting some buildings.
इसका इधर सही लग रहा है क्या मेरा?
They should be alright.
Yeah, they should be plenty. They'll have plenty of time here to get looted up.
Yeah, they're fairly center on this one. They could potentially break out towards some of the areas in Crater Field.
Guys, subscribe करो यार, 1 million करो यार guys.
Alula as well, likely to head towards La Cobraria. Maybe try and hold some of the hills, leave an outpost down south. Aurora gets some target practice in. Yep, that bush is gone. That's no points for that, though. Unfortunately, shrubbery does not count towards your elimination total.
Hey, you always gotta check the bush, all right? You never know. You never know. There could be a random player hiding in that one. And you're gonna see QZZ get his Murata, so he's gonna be driving fast down the lane. But yeah, you gotta get some. Gotta get the fingers.
ये कौन सा
Seeing a duo from Aura kind of chasing Quick from Alula up north near La Cobraria. It seems like they wanted to try and get engaged with that fight, but I don't think they've been able to hunt it down. Quick just a little bit too up to his namesake. Hang on a minute, they are back on the road again, and Quick is turning tail, moving back towards the rest of the roster for Alula.
Oh, बच गया.
अभी यहाँ शायद निकाल ले भाई. Hiding out, and he has to dunk it out by the concretes. Now he's holding on the upstairs.
Maybe मार दे.
Currently, no response really being seen from the rest of Alula. They're leaving him kind of high and dry, as Jiggle from Aura is going to try and descend on this location too. Finally, they're into the vehicles and they're coming in for the rescue. But will it be too little too late?
Bye.
Hot swap to the UMP juice.
What a भाई अच्छा मार गया था यार. Knock अगर हो गया होता कोई clip कट जाती है.
And you can see Sleepy, he ended up going to that other side there because he doesn't have a vest at all. He wanted to be able to at least get something, but because of this fight, now you got the rest of
अभी आता welcome to international lobby लिखा हुआ.
You can also see some of the other members of Aura going to kind of try and support these 3 men. Can he hit the shot? No, unfortunately, Rep doesn't get it.
But अच्छा try किया यार उन्होंने
It is a 3v3 from
बली
this close end, but the 4th is coming, and that off angle. Let's see how this turns out.
I mean, when you have that south side hill under lock and key for No Fear, if he's going to get engaged here into the fight, maybe not, maybe more preoccupied with some loot. They say, you know what, it's fine. We got this. We got this under control. They're not pushing. They're being timid. They have lost a player so early. It's not what you want to see. A very aggressive roll down coming through from Aura in that scenario. Did not want to let Quick get away. I thought maybe they had stopped off a little bit before, but no. They just kept on going, kept pounding that one down. It's worked out here. The question now for me is, as I always talk about with everybody, how long are you going to spend getting stuck in this?
That's the exact question, right? So I like what Aura did, right? They saw a solo player, chase him down, and get the secured point. That's fine. I'm starting to wonder what Alula's doing. Yep, because of the fact that they are taking way too long. They are getting caught out, and now here comes Aura on the push. Sky running in with the MP, with the UMP. And they are on the run. Nasser trying to at least get some angles here.
मार दिया भाई, मार दिया. Clear कर दी, team खत्म.
Good enough. It's all
ULA
to
खत्म.
delete the first squad here on day
0
2 of the
point पे खत्म
finals.
पूरी team.
Every player getting their elim. Horror getting stuck in early on Miramar. 4 eliminations for the team. 1 apiece. Sleepy will get back to his feet, and they can look to re-establish control back down towards Crater Fields. They may need a little bit more loot on side, depending on how much was going through. I think I did spot a Winchester on one of the players for Horror, so probably looking to get that one replaced. Although there will be crates on the players coming through from Alola as well. In the meantime, though, Godlike has managed to capitalize on this opportunity from this northeast side.
Idea का बंदा निकल जाएगा, उसको पता है ये
Could contest for the Crater Heels approach.
All right, yeah, you can see these movements
Yeah,
coming out
जीतेगी, बिल्कुल
really,
जीतेगी,
really
बिल्कुल
quick.
जीतेगी भाई.
Leaderboards, you can see right there on the right of your screen here, folks. E-Arena up on top, waiting to see when Godlike's going to wake up. They definitely need to here today. They're sitting in 14th place with 13 points. Let's see if they can do it. There's still plenty of matches here to be played here, folks. I have a big feeling these leaderboards are going to get shaken up big time by the end of the day.
I mean, we talked about it yesterday a little bit, that 18 match sets, generally you can put more stock into your averages performance rather than those big E-Arena 29 elimmers kind of coming on through.
Yeah.
Which, even then, didn't serve them too well in a 12-match set, which is absolutely insane. But, yeah, absolutely. I'm talking about getting consistent 6-pointers on the boards is so great for your team. If you can do that, every time you get further than that, brilliant. Beautiful stuff. Furia running into a little bit of a roadblock in the form of Nick the Galaxy with a 1v1 over the top of the hill. Silence shuts him out. Will no longer be able to levy the toll on the crossing. And Furia may even be able to get the res here for Nick McGalaxy. It is not a good start. In 3rd place, you don't want to be losing players early, not like this.
That was a huge shot there from Silence. Mid-range is able to get the knock. Very crucial in thirst as well. So you can see Coops is going to be hunting down some
पहले तो 2 शॉट मारे उसने, उसमें तो
but Ayala is climbing
बंदे की
this up as
HP
well.
लो हुई थी, बस
Is
मरा
Coops
भी
going to
नहीं.
see him? He does. He finds Silence slipping. Now he's going to go for the 1v2. Gotta watch out for that shotgun though.
मार देगा शायद.
That did tip him up a little bit. Coops so good in the CQC though. Push it back and forth. Finds the angle.
ले लिया. लगी रहा था मुझे कूप मार देगा.
Against Furia.
He baited out so many of the shotgun shells, forced the weapon swap. He knew he had a disadvantage against the shotgun there and was able to do a lot of work. This is vengeance coming through for Coops, and Furia left flagging.
ये clutch मारेगा क्या? Clutch मारेगा क्या?
Maybe Resible here is cheap. Sidles in to go for the res. There is another fight happening. Elimination feeds as well as 4 thrives. Clash with Team Flash on the south side.
clutch मारेगा भाई, clutch मारेगा. बहुत प्यारा नीड मारा.
Furia who took one of their players down, but they are finding out what it feels like to be under the wrap of Coops. Turning his attention out now to the open sand dunes, but not going to quite connect on the first part of the spray down. Looks for more.
अबे भाई 1v4 भाई 1v4 कर गया
with the 1v4
crazy bro, crazy. क्या मारा है?
Beautiful stuff coming on through from Coops.
नीड बहुत प्यारा था भाई.
Needed to keep that one together. That was not looking tidy. Flash in the
आखिरी
meantime
बंदा तो
have
hopeless
now
हो गया
been
भाई,
dragged
कुछ
down
कर
to
ही नहीं
1 on the
सकता.
south side as 4 thrives are going to be the main benefactors of that, getting 3 elims. I think, yeah,
NGX top पे आ गई
has taken down all 3 players so far from Flash.
NGX top पे आ
a
गई.
little bit further afield in those Picado
Top 3
hills
वालों
to
में
the north
competition
side
नहीं
of it.
देखो ना कितना
They are
कम है.
not going to
3
contest
points
it
का
just yet.
difference
So
है
for 4 thrives, they now have to move in because we did see a fairly hard east shift on this zone.
Yeah, that eastern shift is going to definitely get
भाई मजा आ
these teams
जाएगा
moving
अगर
here
गोडल
pretty
और उसी ने
quickly.
टीम अप कर लिया. टीम अप नहीं होता
Yeah,
bro.
4 thrives. They are not in the zone just yet. They're right on the south side of San Martin. They're going to be just kind of making sure they get their vehicles going, choosing for the buggy. All right, they're all set up, and now going to find a spot in this next zone. As far as teams that are not here yet, you're going to be looking at Nosham Red Force. They're all the way down in Los Leones. They're still in the blue zone here, so they're going to be one of the teams pushing the latest into this circle.
NGX कल आइडा को ट्रोल कर रहा था, मुझे याद है.
But this is with this
ये
zone
कोचिंग
shift
में
like
बार-बार
this,
मार
it
के ट्रोल
definitely
करते हैं.
buys you
ओ
a
आइडा
lot of
वैसे
time
गोडल हो
here.
सकता है.
So the most important thing is just rotating very carefully, not trying to get shot out of your vehicle.
गोडल के close आ गया आइडा.
Very calculated. You can see Tianba already set up in these buildings near water treatment. And this is where they're going to park themselves for as long as possible.
Oh yeah, you're just going to hold out for the time being. See if you can hold hold down on these houses. Just trading shots. Ooh.
Oh!
Crazy's found himself a big green gun.
That's my favorite. The AWM. I want to see some snipes, man. Nothing gets me more excited than see a crazy flick headshot to turn the game around. Let's see what Razy can do. He's got the 8x too. Let's see what this replay. Coops, pow, gets the knock on to silence. Wins the clutch 1v1 here against the Ayala. Look at the terrain usage from Coops here. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I was highlighting before, right? That shotgun bait coming through from Coops, peeking up so quickly and back down, dodging the shells coming through, and again, forcing that weapon swap. He knows that he's going to have the advantage, or at least be on a level playing field if he can do that. The nade on target, yeah, great. Furia just didn't seem to understand how to compete against this high ground position. I'm not too sure what more they could have done there. Maybe just not engaged on that spot to begin with. But yeah, next circle comes on
EWC से sniping करेगा.
And that will take us back down towards San Martin on that south side. Keeps the hills to the southwest of water treatment. Hacienda.
India की कौन सी टीम है? India की OG and Codal है.
Teams are going to start to crunch in onto the middle.
हो गया भाई. S2G versus Tian हो गया.
Southwest of water treatment is going to be tricky to navigate. And it looks like Tiamba are going to try and do so. Try and keep themselves alive. S2G find out just how tough it can be to move past this location.
Yeah, a smart play there from Tiamba. They go ahead and move, and they take this gas station. They realize one of the players from S2G are isolated. Easy point lockdown. That's going to hurt S2G, leaving them with 3. That's an elimination for Tiamba, and a slightly better position as well. So this gas station is pretty solid if the zone shifts away from them. The most important thing, though, is protecting those vehicles. It's very weak to that hill behind them.
Godel वाली फाइट में एंगेज हो गया
है some different spots just in case the zone does shift.
Godel वाले ने जोन बिल्कुल अलग ही ले लिया ना
पोजीशन. That is so difficult to cross right now for teams out on the northeast side, which is why you're seeing so many teams committing down to this southwest edge, right? To being a little bit more uncomfortable, a little bit too close for comfort, but you don't have that major blockage of trying to get across that open ground, which is going to be difficult for Vitality unless they can find a big opener, crack the can open with that AWN, land that shot, and try and find that pick. Ooh.
Oh, that's
Aurora.
A huge one.
Aurora getting spotted. I think 4 Thrives are getting stuck into the fight. 4 Thrives, 4 players alive. Aurora having one of their players flushed away, and now Hazaifa close up into the fight. The pump action from Reavers. Hold the door, but the SK-12 has a couple more rounds behind it. Zero goes down quickly too. With 4 Indians already on the card. Aurora contributing to the points tally for 4 Thrives fairly soon, it looks like. Doc goes down. The big boom through the window. Aurora ain't got nothing in the face. Thrives who look to mark the start to their ascendancy.
And the crowd goes wild here in Paris, France. The 4 Thrives fans are chanting their name. This is what they want to see. And this isn't going to get just any squad here, folks. This is against Aurora, who has been crushing it here so far. So that's the 4th place team out. 4 Thrives in 6, now with 6 eliminations, looking really, really strong to start the day.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how you want to kick things off. But remember, as we said before, it is a marathon today. You can't allow yourself to get tired out. I mean, it's excellent when you find those moments, when you find those high octane, high adrenaline moments, but you cannot allow yourself to drop off after that. So I hope that they're going to have their heads screwed on tight so that they can keep their nerve for the rest of the day as well. And there is still much more of this match to play, so they have to get a lot further. And in this position that they are right now, against Nongshan Red Force, I feel like they potentially could have a good time, but they're going to have to shift northwest away from their current location, past San Martin. I would say 2. I was going to say 2 teams, but it's 1 plus another player, top to last player alive for Flash. That was dealt with earlier by 4 Thrives themselves.
So, yeah, you can see Tops does get away from now. Now 4 Thrives, man. I'll tell you one thing. When it comes to the finals, I'm already feeling a different level of aggression here. Like, these teams are pushing immediately. The second they feel weakness, they're sending it. Now here comes Aura. We saw Sky get an elimination.
वो split में खेल रहे हैं तो आगे survive भी नहीं हो पाएगा.
We're gonna keep an eye on this one though. This is still outside of the circle, just to that bottom right side of San Martin.
Finisher. With the fight in the northwest now, as Hora are able to find Salme. They got that flush that they found the knock for earlier. And Godlike, they are now down to 3. S-Power though can just
split में खेलने का यही नुकसान है यार.
His team, and they should be fine out there.
बंदा अगर तुम्हारा knock हो गया,
can look to try and navigate the way forward. I don't expect another fight between these 2 teams. Maybe for the next minute or so. Oh dear.
Oh no.
अच्छा ये बाहर कर रहा था अंदर गिर गया.
That's a real bozo play right there coming through.
Yeah.
That's Max Man's grenade of the day.
He almost got away with it too. You know what I'm saying? But our observer's just too good, right? Had to show the replay real quick, just in case you missed this, right? That is where it's at. Yeah, so unfortunate for Aurora. And it just goes, and I'm telling you folks, at this level, I mean, we got $500,000 for first place, and it's little mistakes like this.
Sniping हो रही है, मिलू knock हो
We
गया.
can see Razy with the AWM starting to put in some work.
Shouldering that can opener. Looks to try and split the seams of Tiamba's hold on the longhouse, but we know what Tiamba can do when they're holding down a longhouse, so we know what Milu can do at least. Vitality want to try and find it. The res comes through. Milu is low HP, but he can get some healing done. Razy is close by. Another stepping forward. Staying on the rooftops here is bold from QZZ. It may just work with a nade.
Oh, क्या नेड करा है? क्या नेड?
Brutal. And another
भाई दो बोल दिए.
Only one player in the longhouse. Milu looking to try and hold it down. With the Molotov burning, it's going to slow it out, but there's the off angle coming through from Axel. Where's the backup coming from Eagle? He's too far away to get involved here. The nade dribbles down the stairs. Might prove to be difficult to get past there. Does go down. And the res is still yet to come through. 3 players now for Vitality on the inside. Nade's cooking. Axel with a long one. Up to the top floor. May just blast them apart, but Eagle, he's just chilling.
Oh, VIT का नाम दे दिया.
He's leaving it up to Milu. Say, you got this, bro. Oh, you got this as Axel gets the nade on him. So that is Tiamba just getting picked apart here. And really unfortunate for them, but you know what? Vitality soaking up some good points.
I mean, the Eagle has flown away here. It is not what you want to see.
भाई ये तो एडमिनो के जस्ट नीचे है.
He's trying to do. Maybe wants to
कैंपर भी मार सकता है.
The rest of your team's dead.
OG के 2 गए.
You need to do something about that. Vitality
एक का kill टापा इसने.
through there. They got a really great opener with that AWM that we were talking about. The can opener on the position. And he was able to keep that momentum rolling with some big nades up to the top of the roof and a couple more positions beside. Amino looking to stop the run out from Vitality, and they will have to run out with the circle shifting central.
Amino's got this on lock. Yeah.
अभी तो एडमिनो को जो तियानबा का आखिरी बंदा है उसकी लोकेशन ही नहीं पता है.
There is an AWM somewhere around there. And nice shots there. They know exactly where he is. I think you have this down. Oh, that headshot though said okay.
भाई M4 होती ना बंदा नॉक था अभी सामने वाला यार.
So, that looks like it is Eagle.
Tian का आखिरी
There's the
बंदा.
AWM. Brazy's got it. Said peek me. I dare you. I dare you to go over that rock.
भाई 3-4 बंदों की नीचे थी.
Razy taking him out.
Boom. Takes it down from behind the rock. What a pickup.
अकेला है ना वो रिवाइव भी नहीं हो पाएगा.
The shot from the shot. At the end of the AWM barrel, beautiful stuff. They baited
नहीं मतलब नॉक बंदों को किल टापना ठीक है, बट अगर रिवाइव हो गए नॉक देने का कुछ फायदा नहीं था. कुछ तो नहीं कर सकते वैसे भी यार.
You didn't expect that. Claps back and immediately
नॉक देके कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते ना. स्प्लिट में खेल रहे हो अकेले कैसे रश कर दोगे? फायदा नहीं था नॉक देने
on that northwest edge.
वहाँ पे एक किल निकाल के निकलना था.
That's immediately flushed by 4 thrives to the southeast.
Now we're going to go and see Vitality. That goes to show you, folks, the bolt action could change the game for you. And it works out here. EWM clutching it up. Now you can see the rest of Godlike just going to have to hold those buildings for now. This is inside of the circle. Vitality, they know they have the numbers here, though. So they're like, all right, there's got to be a couple of players of Godlike somewhere. Can't just run into these buildings for free.
गलत हो रहा है अब क्या करें यार कोई बात नहीं.
Man, yeah. Ooh, doing some little pre-fire shots onto some windows, looking to possibly catch somebody off guard. But here we go into the end game. Stage 5, circle starting to close. And this is an interesting one. I mean, we still have San Martin in play. A lot of open field, though, as well. You can see Aaron getting in some headshots on the So Easy, and now here comes
स्प्लिट में खेलने की कोई नीड नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं है, देखो स्प्लिट में खेलते हैं ना तो अलग-अलग एंगल से तुम किल निकाल सकते हो. बट पॉइंट ये है कि यार ड्राइव नहीं होगे नो को. वो बढ़िया मोली यार, पावर नहीं बढ़िया मोली.
And now it's what to say. The suppressor on the end of the SK-12 makes it quiet, but it's and he looks for more as well. 3 players fall at the feet of S-Power, and he looks for the flushes to keep it going. Manya will not be in this fight just yet as he drops for another flush, and in comes the backup.
He hit him with the ball. Now Razak is down.
भाई साहब
Ascendancy coming through for Godlike on the north side. Vitality, they thought they'd taken enough out of them, but no! The gas in the tank, burning.
Let's get this going. Day 2 of the finals starting off hot here. Multiple 1v4s. S-Power at the end of the day yesterday said the domination begins, and now it has begun.
Unleashing that luxurious hair, sweeping it left and right with the shotgun shells ringing out in the ears of his enemies. Vitality have no idea what hit him. Milu, S-Power, these longhouse shotgun plays, I'm telling you, man, there's something special about it. I love to see it. I absolutely adore it. With 5 eliminations now in the game, Godlike looking to keep their march going, but the arena will be fully aware of what has just occurred on their north side. They should know exactly what has unfolded, and crossing this open ground is going to be difficult. I imagine it's more likely they may look to sweep to the east, get a little bit more coverage as they may try and approach or sweep through the remnants of other teams across.
और मान्या भी नहीं था उस टाइम पे मान्या भी लास्ट
See
किल
how
पे
the
आया
rest of this match turns out. It's already
मान्या भी
been
दूर था, मान्या बचा नहीं पाता
hot here.
अगर
Coops had a
उसने बहुत बढ़िया मोली
1v4
करी है
earlier. They're sitting with 4
कितने मैचेस हुए अभी
points
तक? ये 5th
on the
मैच
edge
है.
of the circle.
18 matches
He
total.
does have a position. Oh, I think this is still out of zone, so they're gonna have to start pushing up here.
NS का आखिरी
Ooh,
बंदा
XCY
silver
in the
कर रहा है.
blue, and this one hurts. This is stage 6. This one's gonna start chunking you down. So he's gonna go ahead and get himself healed.
ज़्यादा नहीं बच पाएगा इसको पे.
गया खत्म है भाई.
You thought.
बेचारा.
Down he goes on that side. All too happy to pick up the point there. They're now on to 6 eliminations, and that will hopefully
अरे S-Power knock हो गया यार. Rotation में मर गया
a
वो.
shot onto S-Power as well. I mean, I said I was thinking they were going to wrap
Zone
east.
में आना बहुत दिक्कत है यार, अगर आप दो ही बचे हो ना.
successful.
अगर आपकी पूरी टीम
It's still
जिंदा
a
नहीं है तो
really
बहुत
tricky
मुश्किल
approach
होगा
here,
zone आना.
and down goes Mania, but they have left an impression on this match. Godlike
खत्म
can
हो
hold
गया.
their heads high on their route out of this game.
कोई नहीं.
It's plays like that that can be the difference, right? I mean, from a big jump in prize pool. So, I mean, Godlike losing players early, still put some good points on the board.
6 point है ना शायद.
1v4. Looking on over to Enigma Galaxy, though. What are they going to do? They got their eyes set onto Ida. And it looks like Coops does get caught, though, on the transition by Sky. But he should be able to get safe here in res. I like the fact that Rauf is starting to throw some util up on top just to buy his teammates some time. And they should be able to get the reset here.
I mean, that was a long
Ida versus NGX. मुझे लग रहा है NGX निकाल लेगी भाई.
North side, I think that's at least 300, if not 4.
अच्छा NGX के पास 2 ही बंदे बचे हैं ना, बट
That's a really helpful hand over towards Ida.
देखते हैं भाई 2v4 हो पाता है कि नहीं हो पाता है.
Now in position to
Ida के लिए बहुत important है यार.
suppress the run outs here with those 2 nades.
Ida भी आखिरी में चल रही है.
Darkin,
री हो
Molly in the
सकता है
corner.
बंदा.
That's
ये
actually
लोग
going
कुछ
to
नहीं कर
help
रहे Ida
out
वाले.
the res coming through. So for Ida, they're keeping
3v4
on
में
the
तो निकाल
outside,
लेंगे
sure,
यार.
they're keeping themselves on the
NGX
inside
निकाल
as
लेगी
well,
3v4 में.
which is going to allow Enigma Galaxy to get back to fighting form, and they're in the zone
Love
too.
from
The arena
Sikkim,
in the-
Bixi,
in
love
the
you too,
first
मेरे भाई,
zone
love
on
you
the
too.
north side though, that looks like it could get nasty soon.
Ida का एक player पीछे खेल रहा
I
है.
think Ida are just kind of holding him out here because they realize the zone is coming and the edge of this might be outside of it, but let's see how the play ends up reading out. Satan throwing in some nades in there, trying to get that crucial first knock. Rita.
Ida का
एक इधर पीछे भी है.
The off angle here from Ida is going to be huge. Let's see what he can do from that spot.
Could be huger, but I think he just dropped the nade into the sand dune instead of throwing it over towards the opponents there. Not quite as efficacious as you need it to be.
बोरा का बंदा गया.
वो टीम जाएगी इस टाइम पे.
Really suffering against the arena as Enigma Galaxy still hold the stay on over Ida on the run out. Rolling around the edge.
भाई NGX के बंदों ने बहुत अच्छा कवर किया यार. नेड था उसके हाथ में.
Shells blasting them back. A tide of lead.
मैं बता रहा हूँ NGX नहीं निकालेगी
Back in the door they ran out from.
I'm so shocked that they ran out like
फटेगा
that.
फटेगा.
What
ये
Enigma
Darkin
Galaxy
फटेगा.
can do on this push, though.
Darkin फटा.
Darkin's up on top. Coops in the front
ऊपर नहीं
line.
करा इसने. ऊपर
With
करता
the
तो फटता
S12K, that's the weapon you want in the CQC.
2v3 हो गया.
The best close quarters combat
मारेंगे
gun
bro
in
ये
the
लोग मारेंगे.
game.
देखना.
Now let's see what Ralph can do. Everybody shotguns out. Oh, nice play there from Ida, catching some little angles there, peppering up the side of Ralph. These guys are level 3 out of their minds though right now.
ईडा पे प्रेशर जाता है ना इस टाइम पे।
ईडा पे एडवांटेज थी भाई, 4 बंदे थे और एनजीएक्स का एक बंदा नॉक था। 2v4 की फाइट जीत रहे हैं भाई एनजीएक्स वाले। रिवाइव भी दे दिया बंदा और
ये नॉक होगा।
खत्म है भाई।
एनजीएक्स का भी एक प्लेयर गया।
बढ़िया बढ़िया बढ़िया। बहुत अच्छी फाइट निकाली एनजीएक्स ने।
एनजीएक्स में थर्ड पार्टी आ गई ना।
मेन चीज पता है जब एनजीएक्स के बंदे पे नेट था ना हाथ में और आईडी वाले एकदम पुश करे भाई, एकदम दिया बाकी के बंदों ने नॉक नहीं होने दिया पता अपने बंदे को।
Galaxy though,
ये
great
तो कोऑर्डिनेशन है ना भाई, ये सीखना है
so far. Ulf have 9 though. They're looking to put themselves up on the leaderboards here. But hey, E-Arena's gonna have something to say about that. They're gonna go ahead and start throwing some util onto the side of Ulf. Ulf are gonna have to decide where is the biggest threat here, and it's gotta be E-Arena. Scarface. Oh, thinking about trying to pick up his teammate, but E-Arena's right there.
Guys, आप लोग जितने भी देख रहे हो स्ट्रीम को, guys स्ट्रीम को लाइक कर दो और स्ट्रीम को लाइक करके guys चैनल को सब्सक्राइब भी कर दो। 1 मिलियन कराओ यार, नेक्स्ट मंथ मेरा बर्थडे है 11 सितंबर। 1 मिलियन कराओ यार मेरे बर्थडे से पहले।
They are penned in here. Solus bleeding out, and E-Arena can start to establish that chokehold.
यहाँ पे यूएलएफ खत्म हो सकता है।
भाई मौली मौली।
Coming on up, here come the mollies too. Aaron's on fire. Not able to make it happen here. Scarface on the other side is getting peppered as well. He's gonna throw some util, but Ulf just getting picked apart. E-Arena
वालों ने नेड तो बढ़िया करे हैं वैसे। नेड तो बढ़िया करे हैं इन लोगों ने।
Real good. And then
पीछे से पड़ गए, पीछे से पड़ गए। यूएलएफ को पीछे से पड़ गए। अरे खत्म। अगर इनको पीछे से ना पड़ती तो शायद कुछ हो पाता।
ये भी बच गई।
पूरी बच गई। That really came back to bite them here. Tourniquet layering down some more smoke cover now, and Enigma Galaxy with a 2 versus 4. Well, Coops can do it on his own, right? So what's Ralph even doing here? He's not needed.
Yeah, he's just there for moral support at this point, right? Let's see what he can do. But hey, you know what? You could never count out the IGL. That is Rauf. He's already still got that anger built inside him, that fire, all the way from Aaron Gale Pachinki.
दोनों ही टॉप की टीम है।
With the headshot.
होस्ट पार्टी में आपका क्या फायदा? मेरा कुछ फायदा नहीं है, बट सीखने को मिलता है यार। इंटरनेशनल मैचेस है ब्रो, बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है मैचेस देख के।
But we saw one before. We
और
could see
सबसे बड़ी बात भाई, हमारी टीम इंडिया की 2 टीम्स खेल रही है वहाँ पे यार।
That would probably be the most 1v4s we've ever seen in a single match of competitive PUBG Mobile at this level.
I love you from Lucknow, big fan bro. Happy birthday in advance. Thank you so much यार आयुष मिश्रा भाई। Thank you so much यार।
Zone. And they just have a sliver of it on the edge of that open concrete.
ये ने स्प्लिट ले लिया बहुत लंबा।
They are just in, but that's not going to be comfortable.
Oh, look at this flyby right here. I mean, E-Arena doing a 2-2 split. Now, if for some reason Coops can get 2 of these players now, okay, yeah, Schweppes is going to move on over, play that mid range. I like that. You know, just better safe than sorry. Use your numbers advantage.
ने एक क्लच तो मारा है इस मैच में, दूसरा क्लच भी मार सकता है क्या?
This lockdown.
Yeah, they're playing this very safe. E-Arena looking to try and convert from the top of the table.
अगला जोन जिस पे बना उसका फायदा है भाई।
Today, it would be so incredible for them to open that kind of a lead. And again, we've talked about it before. Schweppes, the only player here with a chance to get the 3rd
जोन किस पे बनेगा भाई? जोन किस पे बनेगा?
champion. The only player in the world with that opportunity.
Oh, here comes They're going to go on the push. Where they're going to get aggressive. They take down Coops. It's just Rauf, and that is it. E-Arena get the first chicken dinner here today. They're hyped up. They're excited. And they were on top of the leaderboards here, so that's going to push them even further beyond.
And they played that north side well. They rotated through. They weren't over-aggressive. I liked that recruit.
दोनों टीम्स को टीम अप करके खेलना चाहिए, टीम अप अलाउड नहीं होता मेरे भाई।
All of a sudden, one of those angles is basically gone.
स्ट्रेटजी बनानी चाहिए कि क्लैश ना हो दोनों का।
Try and keep your numbers advantage. Then there's some negotiation that can happen. 3 groupers 4. There's nothing that Enigma Galaxy can do. The flex out, I think, was probably okay, but was pretty bold, and I liked it. I liked it towards the end there. For E-Arena, they should be happy to kick things off today with a chicken dinner, but we've seen them do that before.
Green official कैसे हो मेरे भाई?
In record-breaking fashion.
स्नेहा वाइडी, हाय कैसे हैं आप?
What happened for the rest of that day? They did not keep that pace, and it is again that marathon today. So for E-Arena, a brilliant start to push them even further at the top of the tables, and free and clear of a lot of players keeping up to them right now. For the time being, of course, with a lot more matches to play, there's still the capacity.
ये qualify नहीं था, ये अरे survival stages के matches भी तो हुए हैं bro.
Very happy with that opener. it felt
Qualify हो गए थे
controlled
वो
in a way that I think that the big rondo that they had
Love from
didn't quite
Pithoragarh,
feel
क्या बात है
like
भाई?
it was as much
पास
their
की हो
agency, even though they were proactive and they were doing things. This felt like it was much more Arena's victory.
Yeah, I mean, the Thai squad coming in so hot here off the rip. They're looking strong. And let's see
OG
if they
का क्या हुआ
continue
भाई?
that
OG
dominance
है
here a
मैच
bit.
में भी खेल रहे हैं। गोल्ड लाइक का टीम है क्या? हाँ हाँ भाई एस पावर का 1v4 देखा, बहुत तगड़ा था भाई, देखा बहुत प्यारा 1v4 था। गाइस जितने भी लोग देख रहे हो ना गाइस, ज्वेल्स भेज देना यार। आप लोगों ने अगर अभी तक ज्वेल्स नहीं भेजे हैं तो ज्वेल्स का भी नया फीचर आया है इंडिया में। ज्वेल्स भेजने के लिए आप लोगों को जहाँ पे कमेंट करते हैं, कमेंट के राइट साइड में गिफ्ट का बटन आएगा, उधर से आप ज्वेल्स भेज सकते हो। बॉट के किल काउंट नहीं करते। अरे भाई भाई भाई, तुम क्या कह रहे हो कि एस पावर ने जिनको मारा है वो बॉट थे? क्या आप बोल रहे हो भाई? ऐसा मत बोलो यार, अच्छे प्लेयर थे वो भी। आज 8 मैच होंगे ना? हाँ हाँ आज 8 मैच होंगे। नया मैच होगा अभी स्टार्ट 5-10 मिनट में। क्रिटोक्स भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर 5 ज्वेल्स यार, क्या बात है। 20 थैंक यू फॉर मैंगो लस्सी।
बेचारी वाइटलिटी ने 1v4 खाया, वाइटलिटी के प्लेयर को ही लिया है।
Gimana perasaan kamu tentunya tentang Paris sendiri dan juga tentang PMWC yang selama ini udah gila banget gitu sudah berjalan.
Terima kasih pertama-tama buat pihak EWC dan PMWC telah menyelenggarakan turnamen ini. Saya sangat mengapresiasi dan berterima kasih karena telah diundang ke sini dan saya sangat senang. Dan vibes-nya di sini sangat-sangat real, nyata, memang benar-benar keren banget.
बालक बुद्धि ने वीडियो डाली है भाई, उसका स्नेल डालेगा यार
EWC and PMWC for
मैंने अपनी पिछली वीडियो में बोला था कि मैं रिप्लाई नहीं करूंगा। मेरे पे इतना टाइम नहीं है कि कोई मेरे पे बार-बार वीडियो बनाते रहे, मैं रिप्लाई करता।
It's great to have you here.
Thank you
We
so
can
much
see
for
that
Vada
obviously
Pav
you've
यार,
got
क्या
our
बात है।
supporting team vitality while you're here. The boys from Indonesia are performing really well on the main stage.
ये भी एक टीम थी जो टॉप 8 के अंदर एक अच्छी पोजीशन अपने लिए बना के बैठी थी इस मैच से पहले, और इसके बाद इंप्रूवमेंट इनकी रैंकिंग में हमें नजर आएगी। 4 थ्राइव्स के लिए एक डिसेंट आउटिंग, डबल डिजिट्स नहीं हिट कर पाए, बट 8 पॉइंट्स 4 थ्राइव्स के हाथ भी लगे। और इनकी अगर बात करें गेम प्लान कल के जैसा ही नजर आ रहा है। इट्स जस्ट ऑल अराउंड अग्रेशन। इम्पैक्ट इस परफॉर्मेंस का क्या रहा हमें पता चलेगा हमारे ओवरऑल लीडर बोर्ड के ऊपर, जो अब आ चुका है हमारे सामने।
भाई वो पावर का क्लच देखते हैं ना,
ULF दे क्लाइंब अप एवर सो स्लाइटली।
वापस देखे क्लच
अरीना दो उन्होंने अपनी
इन्हें जोन के अंदर जाना है। अब गॉड लाइक के लिए अगले नहीं कर पाएंगे, वो प्रॉपर बिल्डिंग में है, बट आप जोन के अंदर वाली टीम के ऊपर शॉट्स क्यों चला रहे हैं? थोड़ा सा रुक करके, क्योंकि अगर सर्कल नीचे जाता है
भाई अब देखना बेस्ट मोमेंट आने वाला है इस पिछले मैच का।
मुश्किलें बहुत ज्यादा बन सकती हैं।
निंजा भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर चाय टोस्ट यार, क्या बात है।
एक दूसरे के आसपास नहीं थे।
निंजा भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जैमिंग यार,
हालांकि
क्या बात है
टेक डाउन किया जरूर है।
क्योंकि पुश आ गया भाई, क्या भाई क्या मोली सबसे बड़ी बात है, पावर खुद अपनी मोली से चला हुआ है यार।
बट फर्क नहीं पड़ता उन्हें, हालांकि अब उन्हें टेक डाउन किया जा सकता है। चीन एच पावर हैज टेकन 3 एचपी नहीं है, फर्क तब भी नहीं पड़ने वाला। एक लड़का
भाई कितना क्विक मोली किया है भाई, कितना क्विक मोली किया है यार, ये देखो
खड़ा हुआ है,
कितना क्विक मोली था भाई ये।
बनाने के लिए अब वो बैकअप आया है। वाइटलिटी द लास्ट मैन स्टिल
हो गया
भाई गिफ्ट किया है एस पावर, देखने भी नहीं।
निंजा भाई थैंक यू फॉर अनदर बड़ा पाव, क्या बात है।
And he strikes in his own
एस पावर बाहर देखने में नहीं गया, प्लेयर की गेम करो, उसको पता था मॉली में मर जाएगा।
पैसे भी भयंकर है। ये रुद्रा है, ये शंकर है, क्या बढ़िया वो गेम प्ले इस पावर की तरफ से देखने को मिलता हुआ। टीम वाइटलिटी को पूर्ण रूप से रोक दिया
कि उन्होंने ओरंगुटान को उन्हीं के कंपाउंड के अंदर खत्म किया। मुझे लगता है कि ये सारे फाइट्स में तो आपको डोमिनेट करने होंगे। अगर आप पहले से कंपाउंड पे हो, अगर आप कंपाउंड ही डिफेंड नहीं कर पा रहे हो, देन तो सीरियस इशू है।
और ये तो एनएसआर की तरफ से एक स्टेटमेंट भी हो गया दैट यू कांट हाइड फ्रॉम अस। और अभी बस ये देखना है कि अगला भी जो मैप रहेगा मीरामार का, क्या इस मैप की लर्निंग्स वहां पे ट्रांजिशन होती है इन टीम्स के लिए। बट एक मोमेंट था, आपने मेंशन किया, हम उस बारे में बात भी कर रहे थे, मैच के दौरान भी काफी हाइप हो गई थी। इट वाज द क्लच फ्रॉम एस पावर। बहुत ही बेहतरीन तरीके से यूटिलिटी का इस्तेमाल करते हुए हमने उनको देखा, और सामने वाले प्लेयर्स की मिस्टेक भी ऐसी कि वो बस भागते हुए उन मोलोटॉव्स के अंदर चले गए, मेकिंग द फाइट इजी फॉर हिम। और खासतौर से ये गलती हम वाइटैलिटी की तरफ से देख रहे हैं, वो ज्यादा सरप्राइजिंग था मेरे लिए।
इट वॉज मोर अबाउट एस पावर्स आउटप्लेइंग वाइटैलिटी। मुझे लगता है वो स्टोरी लाइन बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होगा, बिकॉज एस पावर के वो जो मोलोटॉव्स थे, दोनों मोलोटॉव्स वेर प्री। आप देख सकते हैं आखिरी वाला जो मोलोटॉव था उन्होंने ऑलरेडी प्रेडिक्ट कर लिया था कि वो आ रहे, हिट हुए एंड जलते हुए जब आप विंडो से देखेंगे उनको कूदते हुए, लास्ट टाइम वो निकले, ही वाज ऑलरेडी बर्निंग एंड याप दैट्स इट। एंड वो हर दोनों मोलोटॉव्स बहुत अच्छी तरीके से वेल प्लान थे, जो मुझे लगता है एस पावर को बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प आउट।
लास्ट प्लेयर जो थे पावर डिडंट इवन बॉदर टू पीक एंड गो फॉर अ शॉट।
एग्जैक्टली,
ही न्यू इट वाज डन।
बिल्कुल। एंड देखिए ये वही वाइटलिटी है जिन्होंने कुछ देर पहले टियनबा को यही यूटिलिटी के साथ डाउन किया था। यूटिलिटी गेम वाइटलिटी का बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग था, और वही यूटिलिटी के साथ उनको ख़त्म करना इस तरीके से, इट वॉज वेरी गुड। बट मुझे लगता है कि ओवरऑल टीम को एक साथ फिर से और बेहतर परफॉर्म करने की ज़रूरत है।
ये बात आपने सही की कि टीम प्ले कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा मिसिंग है गॉड लाइक की तरफ से। अगर आता है इनफैक्ट विद ओजी एज वेल तो इंप्रूवमेंट नजर आएगी इनकी परफॉर्मेंस में। बट फिलहाल गॉड लाइक की बात कर रहे हैं तो स्पेरो के साथ जुड़े हैं इस समय डायनामो और बच्चू। देखते हैं क्या कहा उन्होंने।
I have Bachchu and Dynamo from Godlike with me here. यार मैं आप दोनों से जानना चाहूंगा, अरीना की वाइब आज ग्रैंड फाइनल्स का दूसरा दिन है, कैसी लग रही है आप दोनों को?
डैम भाई, टू गुड। जैसे ही अभी फर्स्ट मैच हमारा स्टार्ट हुआ मीरामार का, एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं था कि एस पावर 1v4 कर देगा, वो भी टीम वाइटैलिटी के साथ। लाइक अभी मोमेंटम पकड़ लिया, सब लोग पंप हो गए हैं। आई गेस आज का दिन बहुत अच्छा जाने वाला है।
यार शुरुआत तो हो चुकी है, बट लेट मी आस्क द डायनामो द सेम क्वेश्चन एज वेल। लेट मी कम इन बिटवीन ताकि मैं दोनों से आराम से बात कर पाऊं। बट डायनामो 1v4 वाइटैलिटी जैसी टीम, आपका रिएक्शन क्या था उस पे?
I just have one line. The arena, the audience, the ambience is just better than before. And जो 1v4 देखा हमने, वो तो भाई heads off है यार. Just heads off, nothing else. 1 HP, 1v4, that's it.
और इस तरह के माहौल में ना हमको मोमेंटम चाहिए होता है। आप मोमेंटम की बात कर रही थी। I think this will give team the momentum they wanted.
सो इससे अब जैसे हमारे फर्स्ट मैच में मोमेंटम पकड़ लिया है एंड आगे के मैचेस में भी हमारे लौंडे पंप है, सो अच्छे ही जाने वाले हैं। वेट फॉर द अनदर लेवल का क्लच।
That was amazing. But Dynamo important दिन है आज, बैक टू बैक बहुत सारे मैचेस हैं। मिरामार हमारा एक फेवरेट मैप बन के उभरा है। ज़्यादा मिरामार मतलब ज़्यादा अच्छा कमबैक। डू यू थिंक दैट?
एब्सोल्युटली, एक्चुअली लोग बहुत ज़्यादा फोकस कर रहे हैं पॉइंट टेबल्स पे, एंड आई थिंक हमें भी वो चीज़ करनी चाहिए। द बेस्ट थिंग इज़ कि हमें बस एक और मिरामार है एंड रोंदो में पॉइंट सबको निकालना ही है। सो आई एम जस्ट लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू दैट। लेट्स होप फॉर द बेस्ट कि हम अच्छे पॉइंट टेबल्स पे क्लाइंब अप कर सके ऊपर। राइट,
नाउ अ नॉर्मल क्वेश्चन, राइट? बहुत गेम प्ले की बातें हमने कर ली। मैं देख रहा था आप दोनों की स्टोरीज, आप पेरिस थोड़ा सा घूम रहे थे। टेल मी समथिंग, हाउ इज पेरिस?
यार पेरिस ने बहुत सारी मेमोरीज दी है, सो मैं एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पा रही हूँ कैसा रहा है मेरे लिए पेरिस।
Alright, do you want to put words?
यार एक्चुअली इट्स आवर फर्स्ट टाइम, सो मैं चाहता था कि लाइक पेरिस अगर हम आएँ तो कुछ अच्छी मेमोरीज के साथ आए, सपोर्ट करने आए टीम को, एंड एब्सोल्युटली हम इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट करने आए तो वो काम डेफिनेटली करना ही है, ताकि जब यहाँ से जाएंगे तो एक यू नो लाइक अच्छी मेमोरीज, अच्छे दोस्त एंड अच्छी बहुत सारी चीज़ें लेके जाएंगे साथ में।
Alright, thank you so much for talking with me. Thank you so much.
अगर प्लेयर्स ऐसा खेलेंगे तो ऑफ कोर्स हर कोई गॉड लाइक को जो सपोर्ट कर रहा है पॉजिटिव फील करेगा ही, और उम्मीद जाग गई है आगे आने वाले मैचेस के लिए। अगला मीरामार काफ़ी ज़्यादा ज़रूरी रहेगा, लेकिन इस मीरामार की शुरुआत भी थोड़ी सी पेचीदी हुई थी। देयर वाज अ सॉफ्ट ड्रॉप क्लैश कह लेते हैं उसको। टीम्स एक दूसरे के करीब तो थी। क्या लगता है वहाँ पे वो अर्ली लूटिंग टाइम सैक्रिफाइस हुआ? थोड़ा सा हुआ। अलूला वर्सेस होरा का हमने वो एक क्लैश भी देखा जहाँ पे अलूला के प्लेयर्स को सबसे पहले बाहर कर दिया गया। दैट वाज डेफिनेटली समथिंग जो शायद वो एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहे थे। बट अगला मिरामार वापस एक कुछ नई कहानी लेके आएगा, एंड अगले मिरामार के साथ हम कह सकते हैं जो पहले सेट ऑफ 6 मैचेस है आपके कंप्लीट हो जाने वाले। ऑलमोस्ट आप कह सकते हैं कि एक अध्याय जो है इस पूरे ग्रैंड फाइनल्स का वो आपके लिए खत्म होने वाला है। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होगा उन सारी टीम्स के लिए।
नाम तो हमें पता ही है, OG, Godlike, ऊला की बात करें, ईडा की बात करें, उन सबके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगा कि यू हैव टू डू समथिंग बेटर। अगर आप अभी भी अपनी वो रे ऑफ होप बना के रखना चाहते हैं तो आप टॉप 5 आ सकते हो।
बिल्कुल, मैक्स मिलोगे डिस्कशन को कंटिन्यू करते हैं बिकॉज़ ईडा आई थिंक बॉटम से एक लौती ऐसी टीम थी जिन्होंने पिछले मीरामार के अंदर काफी ज्यादा अच्छा किया। हाँ, थोड़ी चीजों में कमी रह गई, बट दिस वाज डेफिनेटली अ इम्प्रूवमेंट जो हम कल के दिन उनसे देख रहे थे उस परफॉर्मेंस के कंपैरिजन में।
आई थिंक यस, बट बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत करना होगा क्योंकि जब आप बॉटम में बैठे हो तो उस टाइम पे इतना सर्वाइवल गेम अगर आप खेलोगे तो शायद आप ऊपर ना जा पाओ। तो आपको अभी एग्रेसिव भी होना होगा। हाँ, मैं मानता हूँ कि ये मिरामार का मैप था तो आप स्ट्रेटेजिकल खेलने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, बट फिर भी कितने देर तक खेलेंगे क्योंकि आपके जो है वो 6 मैचेस खत्म होने वाले हैं।
एग्जैक्टली, और
हेलो गाइस
कि वो मैचेस खत्म होने से पहले आप जैसा अपने का फिनिश पॉइंट्स भी निकालने शुरू कर दे। बट चलिए इस कॉन्वर्सेशन में हमारे कमेंटेटर्स मिस्टर शर्मा एंड इंजीनियर वाइटी, पिछले मैच की अगर बात करें, एनी लर्निंग्स टू टेक अवे?
स्केरी है मैक्स, ऐसा नहीं है भाई, पिटबुल है यार, बहुत प्यारा पिटबुल है, पता है।
I mean,
बहुत फ्रेंडली है
कि मैं थोड़ा सा
बहुत प्यारा डॉग है यार,
हो सकता हूँ। वो ये चीज रहेगी कि ओरंगुटान
डिसिप्लिन्ड है, पता है,
थोड़ी इनविजिबल दिखाई दी।
सारी बात
जो
बात है
शायद हो सकती थी जो एकदम से खत्म हो गई। ओरंगुटान का वो योगदान नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है जो जब हमने पिछले गेम से पहले जब मिरामार एंड ओरंगुटान वो सब चीजों की बात करी थी, वो नहीं हो पा रहा है। आई डोंट नो क्या चेंज हुआ है ग्रुप स्टेज और अभी फाइनल्स के अंदर आकर के। आई होप अभी भी गेम्स पड़े हैं तो आई होप देयर इज अ कमबैक एक अच्छे नोट पर एंड करने के लिए। एंड गॉडलाइक
विश कर दो, आज मेरे दोस्त का बर्थडे है, आशीष
प्लेयर बैकअप नहीं आ पा रहा था।
आशीष को
में टेक डाउन हुए थे, प्लेयर बैकअप नहीं आ पा रहा था
यार। मेरी ईयरफोन ना वॉच में अटक जाती है गाइस, पता है। मैं ऐसे करता हूं, हाथ नीचे, ये ऐसे हो जाता है पूरा।
बहुत बेहतरीन काम करते हुए देखा है।
आज टोटल 8 मैच हैं।
मैं केवल यही कहना चाहूंगा
अभी एक मैच हो गया, 7 मैचेस और है।
थोड़ा जल्दी कीजिए, अगर आपको रीग्रुप होना है तो जल्दी होइए। इतना टाइम नहीं लगा सकते। आपने एक प्लेयर वहां पर स्प्लिट में गवा दिया, देन आफ्टर जैसा कि एडमिनो को लेकर बात हुई कि एडमिनो को कवर देने के लिए कोई नहीं था, तो इन सारी चीजों पे काम करने की आवश्यकता है। बाकी गन पावर ठीक है, उससे रिलेटेड उतना कोई इशू है।
1v4 कर दिया, गन पावर तो बहुत ही बढ़िया चल रही है। बट क्विक प्रेडिक्शंस इंजीनियर वाइटी आपसे और फिर मिस्टर शर्मा आपसे। फ्यूरिया Mr. Sharma?
Well, the caster in me would say, चलो नोंगशिम रेड फोर्स, but the ocean Sharma in me would say, भाई अब टाइम है भाई, अब मतलब क्या
ठीक है, समझ गए हम आपकी बात है। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस। आप लोग फिर से एक बार प्लेन को अपने रिफ्यूल कीजिए।
अभी कितने मैचेस बाकी हैं? आज तो 7 मैच बाकी हैं, कल 6 मैच कल है।
मैं नोंगशिम रेड फोर्स के साथ जाना चाहूंगा। जी बिल्कुल, आई फील लाइक कि आप उनके पास एक अच्छा मौका है इस मिरामार में कुछ करने के लिए, एंड मैं मिस्टर शर्मा के साथ थोड़ा सा अग्री करूंगा। नेक्रोस चाहता है कि एज अ
कॉपी मत कीजिए ना, एक वर्ड बता दीजिए।
या नोंगशिम
क्विक अरोरा। ऑलराइट, प्रेडिक्शंस आ चुकी हैं, देखते हैं मिरामार का जो मैच है कैसा जाएगा। आफ्टर दिस 33% ऑफ द मैचेस विल बी डन एंड डस्टेड। तो चलिए मैच की तरफ आगे बढ़ते हैं विद आवर कमेंटेटर्स।
चलिए बढ़ते हैं इस मिरामार के मैच की तरफ। आज के दिन का ये दूसरा गेम, बट इनडायरेक्टली आप कह सकते हैं कि डे 1 का आखिरी गेम जो बताएगा कि 6 मैचेस के बाद कौन सी वो टीम रहेगी जो टॉप ऑफ द बोर्ड हमें देखने को मिलेगी। हालांकि इसके बाद भी हमें डे 2 के वो 6 मैचेस और देखने को मिलने वाले हैं, बट मिरामार का ये गेम
गॉडलाइक पोजीशन
के लिए बहुत ज्यादा खास हो जाता है। चाहे आप नोंगशिम रेड फोर्स की बात करें, चाहे आप गॉडलाइक की बात करें, ओजी की बात करें, उन सारी टीम्स
team it's gonna be.
चलो हो गया भाई, दूसरा मैच स्टार्ट हो गया, लेट्स गो।
So we're mixing things up for sure. And this is going to be that second Miramar match. So after this one, if it wasn't hot already, we're going in Toronto, right? So that's going to be a crazy change of pace. Top players so far, you can see Milu right there, 3,000 damage. What a day this guy had yesterday, man. Everything considered, this guy is an absolute monster. And let's just see where Tianbo will end up. All these teams, so many big names, so many top squads. Enigma Galaxy, honestly, I really want to give this squad so much props. I mean, to be in second place, considering that these guys dealt with so many hot drops, is pretty insane.
Yeah, over on Erangel, it certainly was the main feature of their early games. Fortunately for them, though, Ida didn't do anything other than just sort of give points to them, it seemed like. So it was kind of only really one map where 4Thrives actually third-partied it in that hot drop, where Enigma Galaxy didn't actually have a pretty okay start to their Aaron Girls, right? So for me, it's definitely either the needs today, but we'll be seeing that
जो नहीं है क्या मैच में नहीं अटैक नहीं है अटैक
able to profit quite nicely. I mean, you get those 4 points right at the start of the match. That's a good profit already. Right? I was talking about how I want to see consistency across a lot of games, across the whole set, rather than just these big pop-offs once or twice over the course of it. And that's exactly what you want, right? If you're able to get 4 points,
गाने वगैरह आज ही बजा रहे हैं
get 1 or 2 more. That is a massive boon to your point scoring tally. That's what Enigma Galaxy have been able to
Happy
find.
Independence Day, bro. Love from Pakistan.
Thank
you, bro.
The fact that A7's not here, they're taking El Pozo, which is one of the highest loot areas, if not the highest, in this map. So they're going to be very, very well kitted. They've made some great plays this tournament so far. And yeah, you know, we were talking about them in Airgale. Ida did feed them, essentially, but you still got to beat them. You know what I'm saying? And it's not easy to win a hot drop and keep
भाई अगर उसकी बगी का टायर फट जाता ना खत्म है। उतार दिया। अरे भाई साहब क्या उतारा है?
4Thrives, that's a huge
भाई स्टार्टिंग में ही एक प्लेयर खत्म हो गया यार
That is nasty, not a good opener, and a pretty great opener for Arena. Put themselves now on 69 points
thank you so बड़ा पाओ यार।
And they get a free buggy delivery. What more could you ask for? Unfortunate there for 4Thrives to be losing a player like that. That's a little bit careless, I think, in my book. Should have been a little bit more aware.
मैं तो चाहता हूँ जीत जाए भाई ये लोग एक चिकन निकाल लेना कोडल या ओजी का
already this match.
तो थोड़ा प्रेशर कम हो जाएगा।
Arena making it happen. Looking on over to 4Thrives saying "Kapkun krap." That means thank you in Thai.
Oh,
yes it does. Yes it does. Very, very happy so far. 69 points on top of leaderboards, and only just beginning. That smash point threshold is going to be where it's at. So if your Arena have they continue to have such a fortuitous day today, their goal should be to just set that point threshold so dang high that nobody can possibly smash in the final day. Now, so far in the history, we've seen one team smash at an international event. That's going to be Nongshim Red Force, and that was just earlier this year at the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational. It was, I believe, Furia that was on top with the most points, but Nongshim Red Force won that final game just by the skin of their teeth, and that automatically made them the champs. So
yeah, I think it was a 1 point. They were 1 point behind the leaders as well, so they needed to win by a smash. It wasn't just a case of winning the game. So a really nice ending for them there, but that's that fairy tale not really converting over to Paris, unfortunately, for Nongshim Red Force. At the moment, they're in 9th place. Still very much doable, but they have got a little bit of a way to go on that one.
Yes, they do. They gotta make sure that they just stay secure in the end game here. Can't afford any slip-ups at all. Got to be able to make some plays. Man, that 1v4 earlier from S Power was so dang
The
high.
best, bhai. Thank you so much for 200 jewels, yaar. Kya baat hai?
13th place. We haven't even reached the halfway point of this tourney, though, so they still got plenty of time to bounce back. But if they want to win this thing, they've already kind of burned through the bad games that they can already afford. They really need to start putting up some good, solid, consistent points here. Because when you see Arena on top, that's a major threat. I mean, we've seen this team earlier in this tournament.
The best boy, thank you so much for another 200 jewels. Kya baat hai yaar?
Points. Again, so silly that they didn't make it into that into the finals off of it.
Well,
but they got some little extra, survival cash, I guess.
Yeah, sure. But that's the point, right? It's a huge, massive, incredible game. Wow, brilliant, bright lights and billboards, sure. But then they weren't able to do much after that. So it was a big fall off coming through from Arena, and to that end, they didn't deserve to make it straight to the grand final through that. So to be able to come through survivals, fantastic. Okay, now they've started to really up that game, keep that momentum going. This is a much better scenario, which is kind of why what I was alluding to before is I prefer this chicken dinner that we just saw from Irina to the one that we saw in Rondo in terms of quality, in terms of an indicator for what we might expect for the rest of this phase.
Yeah, and we got to be honest too. I mean, these guys very luckily made it here into the finals. They were barely able to pass up the Wolves.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, to see them barely make it in, at least I think it gives a lot of relief, right? Because you know, for all the Wolves fans out there, they're like, oh, we're so close.
Yeah.
But for Irina to actually pop off, it's like, okay, you know what, the team that made it deserved it, right? Like they're actually doing something here. If they were at the bottom of the leaderboards, it'd be like, kind of a waste. But they're not messing around. I think that the way this tournament fared for them so far was kind of a perfect storm, right? Because they had the record, don't make it, they barely make it here, and I think that really just lit a fire in them to be like, you know what, we got to just play our game, let's go full-fledged aggro, and that's what's happening, because they are just pushing team after team after team as a full squad and just picking them apart little by little.
A lot of teams will unravel under that kind of pressure. Need to keep your mind thinking forwards. We saw some monumental plays in that last game, so
yeah,
I'm hoping that the nerves aren't going to be too rattled for a couple of our squads. It's going to be difficult, not only on the losing side of those fights, but again on the winning side of those fights, because in those scenarios that adrenaline just hits your system, and it can end up, once it drains out after the end of the game, that can be a real detriment to your performance. And that's when you need to rely on the rest of your team, on the advice of your coach, on the feeling of comfort, hopefully, that you can find with the rest of it, to be able to absorb the impact of falling from that great height.
Yeah.
FL बहुत सारी टीम से. Oh भाई.
Well, speaking of height, right? The zone goes all the way up to the tippy top here.
Going back.
Yeah, near Crater Fields, near the Hacienda del Patron area. We just saw this circle very not too long ago in the last match. So teams are going to be trying to take a similar spot to what they had here. Like, yeah, why don't we go to that same spot we were in last time? We won from there. We'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit further west. It does keep a lot of those Crater Fields areas in, but it is very similar, you're right, in terms of that location. Aurora spotting a player from Furia, but Coops will not stop in just one game. He's going to find shots onto them again. I feel like they should definitely be aware of his location this time around, but losing a player, you know, for Furia, that's not a good feeling. That is not a good feeling.
Yeah, that's Miramar for you. It's tough. I mean, you're trying to rotate, and losing players on rotation is a rite of passage here. You try to avoid it as much as possible, but just sometimes there can be that one guy there waiting for you. You can see Godlike getting peppered up from Lost. And all these players just ridiculously good at shooting people out of vehicles. And Jiggle, Jiggle ends up taking out quick from Aula.
I mean, they did it last time very early on. This time it's taking them a couple more minutes, but same start to unfold. Hora managed to transition down towards that south and look to control the really sharp high ground that sits to the east of Crater Fields and overlooks a lot to that south side. So a powerful position for them to hold if they can maintain it. A little crash between Flash on the east side and Vitality. That very quickly concludes with one casualty. Win trying to get some revenge, but not really connecting as Razak bumbles over the top, but doesn't eat damage either.
There goes Vitality, rotating away. They take that elimination and run with it. Federales driving outside of the zone here, maybe looking for another vehicle. Seems that's what they have their eyes on here. No fear popping out the buggy though. Going to be putting some pressure on Aurora. They're on rotation and they're going to get caught out.
Aurora के तो बहुत खराब मैच जा रहे हैं.
No fear's going to push up a little bit closer here. Scarface
last time भी गलत सीन हुआ था इनके साथ.
Into the field. भाई. And that is Aurora getting picked apart here in match number 2.
आखिरी बचा है Aurora का.
Outstanding. I do not
पिछली बार भी स्कोर्टी आके मार के गई
थी इसको. Over 500, probably about 700 meters away from them right now in the shadow of Nigma Galaxy on the west side. you just can't move. This is an easy set of flushes coming through. Ulf have got this roadside compound. They've got quite a decent amount of cover. It's Horror who sit on their northwest across the road, up on that high ground. So for them, for Ulf, I'm feeling like they're fairly safe.
love you too,
This
mere bhai,
next
love you
circle might put more pressure on them, but being as central as they are, it's unlikely.
Yeah, they're sitting pretty. They don't pretty much have to move very much at all here with this next circle. Vitality, though, over there by water treatment, they're going to have to push on in. Nongshim Red Force on the south side are going to have to get into some battles here very, very shortly. And that's just because Nongshim always land on that southern end. So a northern circle like this makes them late to the circle. We'll see what their decision-making is here as Tianba looking to put themselves in a slightly more central position as Sleepy gets a nice knock there on Aaron.
Perfect time. S2G are also pushing in from this northeast side. Aaron down allows Tianba to move in. Kamilu in with the same vehicle. But there's a beautiful spray down. What a response coming through from Solus, holding in the face of the push. QZ wants to try and turn it around, but Solus has more left in the ammunition. We'll find a third. Looking for now the last player of Tianba. QZ with the M249 is being hunted. Catch steps into the fight as well to assist his teammate, but there is still more to do. QZ won't go down, but he finally falls, and Solus stands in the face of Tianba. Says not today.
Not today.
भाई क्या लॉबी चल रही है
with a beautiful stiff
वो पता बंदे ने भी गलती करी वो बंदे के मुंह पे ही उसने गाड़ी ठोक दी उस बंदे के जो JS9 गन थी
see the player catch relieved after that one. What a play from Solus though to be able to shut him down.
There you go, Tian bounced out of that compound. It was not to be. I mean, what a lineup there. A little bit wayward on the crash. It felt discoordinated between the two players in the vehicle. Not quite what you want to see from Tianba. I don't want to say lazy. I feel like it was being harried by Horror with the off angles there on the northwest side. S2G were putting pressure on the back of that, and it became a little bit too chaotic. They couldn't quite find their way through it. There was no way that they could navigate that storm, unfortunately. But for Solus, that is a monumental clip farm. Not quite a 1v4, Jukes, but it was pretty damn close.
That's as close to a 1v4 as it gets here, folks. I'm telling you, big plays coming out of here in the finals. Pretty good, peppered by Al-Ula. This is with the replay here. Solus with these headshots. Taking out that duo. And still finding himself some good movement here. Yeah, as soon as he sees QGZ, comes on out, pops a nade on accident, and gets the knock.
Oh, okay, we're back in with Alora versus Vitality. One over the top, looking for another as well. There are 3 players alive on side for Alora. There is damage pouring back over towards Vitality as Razy now and Axel have to step into the fight to try and keep this one going. Razak gets shut down though as S2G are flowing out to third party on the north side here. Kamikaze, Solkay, both moving into position. Lost is out on a north flank too.
Axel trying to find some high ground here, trying to find an off angle. Razy just forced to just run out in the open, no vehicle to his name. Trying to be able to help out Federalis. Federalis is knocked, and it looks like he will be thirsted here because this is taking a long time. Meanwhile, S2G decided to just back things up. Say, you know what, we don't want none of this zone going down south. Let's prioritize that instead. And Razy is going to start pressing that hill. Can he spot out one of these players of Al-Ula? He sees Rep. When he's going to take that shot? No, does not see a good sideline. Decides to back on up.
Yeah, it doesn't have the team shots to be going. Well, doesn't have a team to take shots with. There's more accurate for Razy. You need to be 100% sure that you can lock down enough, or maybe even a flush. Ida getting rolled down by Ryan there. Nicely done, but there's still a little bit more to do. Ida being devastated yet again. Rita now the
idea
for another approach. Rita cooking a nade to try and slow things down, but there's an off angle coming through from Arena, who is stepping up and forcing him over the ridge line into the firing line. Orangutan who get 4 elims on the game and send Ida packing.
There we go. It's going to be the 15th place team so far. Starting to turn things up, and here we go. It's the White Rabbits battling it out against 4 Thrives. Turney K getting the flushes. It's all to block, and it ain't going to be good enough. Arena just putting in that work, and they're going to keep their whole team alive.
And back nicely done, nicely done. We saw Razy doing a lot of work against Alola. Hang on a minute. This is a solo? A solo against Alola on the north side? Where did that come from? Razy's popping off on the
अभी
north.
कौन सी गन से मारा इसने? वो जो नई स्नाइपर है, ये वाली गन से मार दी इसने।
Eliminations, Razy putting the points here for Team Vitality. The Indo squad looking good here as they're going to be pushing into this next zone. And we're looking at this next circle as it is just south of Crater Fields. You got OG on that southern end right next to E Arena. That battle should happen out any soon. And now you got Enigma Galaxy right next to Nongshim Red Force as well. Let's see how they're going to play this out. Coop's got that Mini 14 looking for that long-range headshot.
I'm also looking at S2G on the northeast side of the circle right now, Jukes. They have to push in, and as a 4, do you go in the shadow of Horror, or do you try and sweep down and push past Flash? But it is a difficult approach for S2G, and they do not have long to make that choice. I feel like they are committed much more up to the north edge and could potentially challenge Horror on that northern side.
भाई इसने स्पॉट कर लिया तो दिक्कत हो जाएगी इनको।
Play out. Schwepp's got the high ground as well. This is still only stage 4 here, folks. And Mino does get knocked though from Godlike and flushed.
दोनों सेम गाड़ी में।
It's only going to be 2 players up for the side of Godlike. OG in the same boat with the duo, driving around just trying to get a little bit of intel. Dawkins nearby. You got to watch out for that. Meanwhile, Aura from the high ground are trying to catch S2G out on the rotate here. Sleepy is able to put some suppressive fire, keep him away for now. Kamikaze's buggy is smoking, and he's going to get popped out of here by No Fear.
Oh, that is a scary sight, pressing the ridgeline, No Fear. Spiking the heart rate of S2G as they try and make their way in. They did have to make that choice in the end. But moving in, they've managed to get 3 through. And into a position which is at least tenable, but not really super beneficial to their long-term prospects. In the circle, though, which is good. Not the same can be said for Enigma Galaxy, E Arena, Flash, Ulf. These teams going to have to move when the time comes. So, result, but if they keep getting picked apart with Razy still doing bits, hang on a minute, no, that was over the sky. So, Horror. This solo long ranger on the north edge, Vitality. Okay, this is the replay of the 1v, I think 3.
Yeah, there we go. Yasser catches him out as he pops out the vehicle. And then, pow, beautiful use of that ridgeline. Razy just picking apart Aula. Those mistakes, man, making it look easy there.
Yeah, that was pretty clean. Swaps out to the bayonet as well for the final moment. I wanted him to run it through there a little bit. That would have been the coolest. But you know what? You're looking pretty cool already. Razy still with a knife fixed at the end of the barrel.
Yes, indeed. Let's see what Razy can do with it. He's going to be holding on to that AUG as well. No Fear up on top of the hill, doing a good job of applying that suppressive fire on these teams trying to find a way into this next zone. Oh, crazy. Soaking up the points as a solo here for Team Vitality.
I mean, since he's been a solo, he's gotten 4 eliminations. He's weakened Horror's hold on this northern side as well. There's a really big factor here. With 4 players, Horror are basically unassailable. With 3, that's a different conundrum altogether. Ulf could potentially have an opening road towards them if they don't go down in this spot, because Sleepy has got that angle. But if Sleepy gets knocked, if he gets spotted, all of a sudden you have to commit so much to one side of your hold instead of having a couple more sidelines available. A massive benefit of having 4 players in a scenario like this. For Furia, it's going to help them a lot on the western side. Dance to the beat of their own drum into the rest of this game.
Bulls putting up some great points on the board here. They got 7 so far. Sleepy's going to have to leave that high ground position. Ooh, making the long drop on in. Vehicle, see if he can go ahead and stay right up. He does.
Clean.
And you're going to have to do another one.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Sticks the landing.
And that's a 10 out of 10 right there. Sleepy. Going to go ahead and look to pick up his teammate, possibly. Nope, never mind. He said, give me that crate. Meanwhile, big fight.
Okay, Enigma Galaxy here getting rolled up on. They're fighting on the southwest side as Hyunbin steps into the cauldron of this fight as Lord gets pressure from the back lines in the arena. Third party, the end of that fight in the Galaxy. And now they're down second place out this early. Good news for the arena, who are now on 6 eliminations.
You are done by this engagement.
And he's got It's Furia chiming in with a long range third party as well.
Third party.
To just one on the back line, and Furia wants to change the tune.
Gonna have to switch weapons here. XY just able to get the reload. But it ain't gonna be good enough. Furia with the fourth party, able to clean up the fight. What a shot though from Hyunbin there. Tried his best, but what can you do with that kind of pressure? Now Yala looking to apply some even more pressure onto the side of E-Arena. Somehow this squad stays alive. But oh, that 9-8's gonna hurt. It's up to Schweppes. Gotta do a 1v2. And it ain't gonna happen today. Furia looking to start that domination.
74 points now on the game. It's all really their closest competitors. I don't know if Aura is going to be able to confirm And all the while, Sneaky Beaky is Razy on the side with his ghillie suit. Trying to play it quiet, trying to play it smart, finding these angles.
Crazy. Playing it very, very quiet. Finds a little spot to hold himself in for now. But he's over so dangerous. He's got that ghillie suit in the desert. Not quite the best camouflage he wants.
Yeah, it's the green one. Oh, great.
It's the green one. But you know what? He's looking to get that green for his team. And this is how you do it right here. Staying alive. Just, you know, able to get some confirmation, some sneaky confirmations on some knocks, soak up some points. Meanwhile, STG got a little car wall set up here.
Furia. Silence up and to the ridgeline. Jiggle will be aware of it. Razy, completely hidden from Furia's radar right now. Operative word being right now.
Right now, and yeah, look at this. Gonna have to be silent here, but Razy, he knows something's up. He's waiting for someone to peek that hill, waiting for someone to make the move. But instead, he's just gonna stay very, very quiet here.
Oh, there you go.
Watch out. Driving up the hill little by little.
I think Razy's going to get spotted here. Igor is going to run straight into it potentially. Ooh, maybe not. They're waiting for the peaks. This negotiation on the north side is tense. S2G isolated right now on the southeast side of all of this. Sort of all just playing in the same spot. Looks like they're trying to start to move out now, which I like. I think it's the right decision. And we've got solos from Aurora, solos from as well as Orangutan. A tanky, maybe the first one does take a fair chunk out of the loss before he goes out.
Puts some damage on the board. S2G looking to clean this up here. They definitely need to win. They're in 12th place. Win will definitely put them in a good position here for the rest of the day. Furia, the same boat. Let's see who's going to take this chicken dinner, though. Aura rocking a 2-1 split with Jiggle on the absolute high ground here. Don't forget about Doc, though. Aurora all by himself. He's still there. You can see him. He is just holding that spot. And next round, some placement points here. Only 6 teams remaining.
The thing for Aurora right now is that they know there's a solo on the north side, which gives them a little minor advantage if there's going to be a third-party fight between them and Furia. Razy's angle might not be known. S2G take a shot from Eren, who is their solo from Ulf. And Eren finds the flush as well. So S2G now down to 2 players. Jukes, there's a lot of solos here, but they aren't without their opportunity.
Yeah, that's for sure. They could win this whole thing if the timing ends up perfect for them. You can see nice shots there for No Fear. Instant confirmation too. MSG's really hurt.
So he's going to throw the pan.
That would have been nice. He'll say, take some of this. How about some of that? Long nade. Not able to get the finish. It looks like S2G should be able to get the reses here. Does he have a Molotov? He has the high ground. He might have the arm to get there.
Likely to be coming through now. For S2G to keep themselves alive as 2 players. crazy that I've got my eyes on still from Vitality. He's gone so far. Come such a distance, Aaron. Most likely the next solo to fall. Igor's has flexed out. Very close to Doc for Furia. That could be a dangerous spot. If they're caught unawares. Oh, he's hopped out as well. Doc might just be able to get away with a free elim here. There's a nade in his hand. This is not where you want to be for Igor's. If he doesn't hear this pin, if he doesn't get out of the way, this might just be a free knock, but he's into the vehicle again. And I think he's read into it. He's up into the wall now. Doc has to hold his little shack out in the open.
Silence and Furia.
अगर सेम ऐसे चलता रहा ना
Just waiting
तो
for
ये
this
बहुत अच्छी
fight
लीड बना लेगी कल के
to
लिए
happen. These guys are going to wait up to the last second here. The zone is closing. Okay, Jiggle backing things up, and he goes right into Razy. Gonna have to make a play. Great headshots, but Sleepy, great teamwork there to be able to shut him down.
It felt like that was the opportunity there. Jiggle stalling on the buggy slip, but just didn't quite finish off that spray. And the backup from Horror, of course, they did know he was there. As I was saying earlier, after losing a player to him was good news. Oh, another solo goes down. That will be the final solo out. So we are playing 3v3v2. As Furia in with a chance here.
Yeah, वो intense. जितने भी solo
Same
बंदे
story
हैं,
for
सब
all
खत्म हो
three of
गए.
our teams. I feel like S2G are the most suppressed in their area.
Yeah, but they're one, and they're suppressed on the leaderboards too, right? So literally all these teams desperately need this game. Gonna be big points regardless.
मुझे लगता है होरा निकाल सकती है.
You can see right now, yeah, 8th place, 11th place, 12th place. This is gonna help them out big time. Let's see what No Fear can do with that high ground. This is stage 8. We'll be closing into nothing. Once that zone pops. Sleepy applying that pressure on S2G. He's got the intel now, knows exactly where they're at. He's got a couple nades. Gonna go over that high ground to try and get the shot. Oh, some big shots on Aurora. That's No Fear eliminated. That angle being gone is critical.
A really nice pick up there over the high ground, as well as Jiggle going down. Leaves Aura now just they're alive. Furia want to regroup, and the descent comes through from the last remaining player for Horror. Sleepy. He's not taking the shot just yet. I think Lost spotted him. Just before he ducks behind the ridge. Drop down a little bit further to be a bit safer. Spots Lost, gets a headshot, but doesn't quite get that full-blown knock just yet. He finds the other though. He finds his teammate, and maybe a 1 versus 2. But Furia now
मार ये लो 1v2 कर गया भाई
लोग. 3 players now for it to deal with, but there's a P90 outside. He's behind those trees. I don't think it's gonna work.
भाई 1v2 करके गया ना.
तो आप यूपीआई करोगे चेक करोगे क्या
मैं कैश करूंगा भाई कैश करूंगा.
We knew that chicken dinner was only gonna
Utkarsh,
take a
thank you
little
so much for
while. It
gold
helped to be
trophy.
just
क्या
2 matches here into
Thank you
day
for
number 2.
1,000
So Furia get the win, and the crowd is pumped up.
गाइस आप लोगों के पास भी अगर ज्वेल्स हैं तो ज्वेल्स भेजो यार अपने भाई को. और आपने अगर अभी तक स्ट्रीम को लाइक नहीं किया, स्ट्रीम को लाइक करके चैनल को सब्सक्राइब भी कर देना गाइस.
Region, it's a massive jump for them.
गाइस जल्दी से ज्वेल भेज दो, मेरे 5 रुपए नहीं आए अभी तक.
आई थिंक सो. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि शायद गॉडलाइक के पास थोड़े ज्यादा चांसेस हैं, क्योंकि वो फाइट लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. तो ऑब्वियसली प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट जरूर मैटर करते हैं, बट उससे ज्यादा मैटर करता है
वापस वीडियो बनाया है फेक नेटिव के साथ. देखा भाई उसने फिर से फालतू बातें करी.
जैसा कि हमने चर्चाएं की थी, और शायद वैसा ही हुआ होगा. वो एक प्लेयर हिगोर का दूसरे एंगल पे होना, बाकी दोनों प्लेयर्स के द्वारा टीम होरा ई-स्पोर्ट्स को एजेस से आगे ना बढ़ने देना, और उसके चलते ये चिकन डिनर फ्यूरिया ई-स्पोर्ट्स के पास आता हुआ. वो कमबैक जो होने चाहिए था, फाइनली वो मिला. हाँ, शुरुआती दौर में निग्मा गैलेक्सी के अगेंस्ट एक प्लेयर गवाया था, बट उसके बाद वो 3 प्लेयर्स बेहतर खेलते हुए. बट होरा की भी तारीफ करती है.
लाइक नहीं करा, लाइक कर देना यार.
बट आप सोचिए, स्लीपी को अकेले प्लेयर ने क्लच करने की कोशिश की थी, बट फ्यूरिया के प्लेयर्स ने उनके ऊपर रोक लगाई, और फाइनली वो एक अच्छा चिकन डिनर उनके पास.
और इस बार वन पीस भी स्पॉन्सर है क्या?
had also cannot be ignored. If 4 players were alive for Horror in those final circles, I think they win that.
Yeah.
Without Razy having that impact, it completely changes the dynamic. It allows Furia to be so much more free and easy on that western side. The suppressive force of Horror on that north edge is so much assuaged. So I think that that is a very, very important part of that last game that maybe flew under the radar for a couple people.
Yeah, you got to be hyped up for Razy. 1v3, then finish in with a 1v2, and you guys got a 1v1 and watch the rest of these matches coming up in just a bit.
इंडिया ट्रॉफी जीतेगा ही नहीं, जीत सकते हैं भाई, बिल्कुल जीत सकते हैं।
बीजीएमएस भी तो चल रहा। बीजीएमएस
क्या
मैच चल रहे बीजीएमएस के
अभी?
हाँ
अच्छा,
वो नॉट विन करवा रहा जो। आपको क्या लगता है कल के हिसाब से कौन टॉप 5 रहेंगे?
भाई मुझे लग रहा है एक तो ईए रहेगी टॉप 5 में। ईए का तो कंफर्म है।
ईए और ये एनजीएक्स निग्मा।
एनजीएक्स भी अच्छा खेल रही है, हाँ वो भी रह सकती है। और एक ये यूएलएफ है ना, यूएलएफ वो भी रह सकती है टॉप 5 में।
अभी तो टॉप 3 में ही चल रहे हैं तीनों।
हाँ यूएलएफ भी टॉप 3 में है।
हाँ
अच्छा,
टॉप 3 या टॉप 4 ही है यूएलएफ भी।
बाकी हो रहा है ना, हो रहा भी आ सकती है, हो रहा और वाइटलिटी
हो रहा भी निकाल सकती है यार। पिछली बार की चैंपियन वाईजी थी, वाईजी तो है ही नहीं इस बार। वाईजी तो भारी हो गई।
और बताओ चैट क्या चल रहा है?
Normally it's like in Saudi, but
God-like अभी टूर्नामेंट खेल रही है।
Getting on with the vibes, bit different, right? Yeah, we got in early on the train this morning.
इंडिया 0 किल, ये कौन से नशे में यार गेमिंग? चूतिया वूतिया हो गया क्या भाई? 7 किल किए तो थे अभी इसी मैच में। चूतियों की भी कमी नहीं है भाई, लिटरली हंस रहा है। इंडिया 0 किल हंस रहा है, 7 किल किए हैं इसी
पुराने मैच देख के आ रहा होगा।
अरे पुराना मैच नहीं, ये चूतिए हेटर्स होते हैं, ये बिना देखे कुछ भी बोलते हैं।
I know you love a bit of Pubg. Yeah. You've been enjoying the chicken dinners.
India 0 kill हंस रहा है।
I haven't got any glimpses just yet, but they're going crazy as we speak. We've got a little glimpse of a screen up there.
पिछले मैच में भी तो 1v4 किया था इस पावर ने, कहाँ 0 किल है? बता तो रहा हूँ, ऐसे ही रहते हैं यार ये।
इस मैच में भी तो ओजी 7 किल मार के आई।
I've seen instruments I've never seen before. I thought it was a football game. I heard it was crazy. I can't believe there's drums at an esports event.
It's unreal.
They kind of been getting sick with it too.
Free Fire का बंदा होगा।
Commentator talent basically used to be a drummer. So he's been sat there every game, mate. He's watching in the background. I just want to get.
मैं तुम्हारा बिग फैन भाई, बिग फैन हो तो यहाँ पे ये हंस क्यों रहे हो? इंडिया 0 किल हंस क्यों रहे हो राना गेमिंग भाई? गाली खाने वाले काम क्यों कर रहे हो?
Back in his day, you know.
I dabble. Hey, we got to get you.
0 किल है भी नहीं एक्चुअली में, हंसने वाली बात थोड़ी है भाई ये।
EWC anthem, come on.
I don't quite have the same rhythm as I used to. You know
It could be a nice tie-in. We'll get that in for the next charity match, no?
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. That would be sick. Look, it's going to be a good time. We got
Tomorrow India will come back because Rondo make it tomorrow. अरे अभी भी एंड रोंडो में, अगला मैच रोंडो का ही होगा।
Last 6 games. We got some big orgs here, boys. Couple big names. You got like
मैंने देखा 0 किल नहीं है ब्रो, ओजी के 7 किल थे।
legendary esports orgs.
गॉडल थी ना शायद 0 पे। I think
गॉडल का मैंने ध्यान नहीं दिया, बट इंडिया की 2 टीम्स हैं, वो बंदे ने इंडिया 0 किल लिखा, गॉडल नहीं लिखा उसने।
वही इंडिया लिखा है, ये तो गलत ही लिख रहा है वो।
They've been looking good, honestly. They've been looking good. So we're saying orangutan chicken dinners all the way.
Let's go.
All right, let's see what happens, boys. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure,
Any
mate.
final words before we send this one back?
Up the EWC, up the PUBG Mobile, Bosh!
We'll see you later, guys.
Bixi bhai, आप सबके favorite हो चुके हो. Love you,
Thank
bhai.
you,
Love you
Jackie,
too,
and
love
I
you too.
agree, Jackie. You look good today. You look good every single day, and so do we. Joined by Lace, Calaris, Natura, and once again the 7WG. But we gotta talk about Furia. That last match, the Brazilian aggressiveness was there, and boy, did they show it.
Didn't they just? I'm so excited. Furia's back. Let's all jump. No, but they.
ये जो गरीब होना
Just got it. Okay, my show now. Furia, right? Furia was on top of it. I really, really enjoyed how they were actually able to play that so well, right? You've got the duo of Alaya? Yeah. Ayala. There we go, I got it.
Yeah.
Ayala and Silence, both of them just coming in onto that third party against Nongshim, then over onto EA, just wipe them completely. No point about it. The 2-2 split coming up onto that east, the western side, making sure that Furia couldn't, making sure that S2G couldn't go around to the south side, but also pressuring Hora to actually push into S2G at the same time. Very, very well played. Good control of the teams, good control of the zone, and the timing was really good. They brought it, they backed it up with firepower as well. You're seeing 9 eliminations, 19-point game is exactly what they needed.
I just absolutely love the fact that they sort of, yeah, like you were saying, they had that sort of western side of the mountain. Hora had such a great setup though, right?
Yes.
So I was getting a little bit scared in the I guess final moments because that zone closing in pushes them off the mountain. But High Guards just down there scouting for the entire team, able to get that little 1v1 out of the way, and then caving that site so that when they obviously descent down the mountain, Sleepy comes down the mountain further
जोन छोटा होता है और लास्ट जोन में 40-50 बंदे बचते हैं ना तो फाइट लेनी ही पड़ती है सेफ हो ही नहीं सकता
so backing you up, that was just such a smooth play from them, and when we're used to just seeing them get in a vehicle, charge down, whatever, this is more strategic and smart from them. Very exciting.
I was scared for Furia though. I thought we were going to see some drive-bys that we ended up seeing from them yesterday that ended up backfiring. But for Hora Esports, I got to give them even more prop scale because they had a 3-1 split on that mountain that ended up working out perfect, especially when the circle didn't go their way.
There's multiple facets to it, right? Hora, when it comes to them controlling that kind of mountain, La Cabrera is somewhere they oftentimes go to. They've actually abandoned.
और बताओ गाइस क्या चल रहा है भाई? ये तो इतना लंबा टाइम देते हैं ना बीच में, हर मैच के बीच में। मेरे को नींद आने लगती है। मैं आज वैसे भी 4 घंटा सोया हूँ बस। मेरे को तो बहुत गंदी नींद आ रही है। भाई ई स्पोर्ट्स कौन से फोन में खेले जा रहे हैं यार? मेरे को एग्जैक्ट नाम याद नहीं है, बट आईफोन तो नहीं है।
Orangutan collecting 7 eliminations. It's something that we've been wanting to see out of this squad, being able to frag out a little bit more. I know yesterday we saw the passiveness out of OG that we're so used to seeing, but being able to just bounce back. And it's actually not Aru by himself. It's Atanki coming out with 3 eliminations.
I mean, it's great. I mean, I think in the group stage we saw more from WizGod than from Atanki, but he's coming in really, really nice. Ara, the IGL, also stepping up as a fragger as well, which is really, really nice to see. So very excited to see. Very excited to see what we're going to be looking at into the next round, for instance, right? Getting the momentum on the Miramar is like 7 eliminations on a Miramar already. What's Rondo going to be holding in store for them?
Feels weird that we're doing Rondo, not at the start of the day.
It does, doesn't it?
But anyway.
It's like, okay, well, midday.
Mid-Rondo.
Mid-Rondo. It's a mid-Rondo.
You know what it reminds me? I said it earlier and I'll say it again. It reminds me when we used to have Sandhog at the halfway point.
Oh, yeah.
Where teams that weren't performing well, that would kind of use Sandhog to just spark up their day. But talking about Rondo, let's look at the top teams right now from Rondo. You got Enigma Galaxy up there. Aurora Gaming so far really hasn't had the best start to the day, especially when we're looking at the Miramars. But going into Rondo, we saw what they were able to do yesterday, and I'm hoping that Aurora is going to be bouncing back here.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, right? I actually do think that
17
there's definitely been lulls in some of the performances internationally as well, and obviously this team for a long time, when they're that alpha gaming, etc., and things like that, everyone was hoping that eventually they'd hit it big, eventually be able to get one of those big titles. Actually, coming into that day one, I thought to myself, wait a minute, is this the time? Is this the time Aurora Gaming actually finally makes it happen? Because they were able to be up towards the top. They've slipped a little bit, especially with the arena looking as well as they have done so far. But there's still a chance. There's still hope.
Yeah, for Aurora right now, 34-point gap. So I am hoping that we're going to be seeing some insane gameplay out of them, especially going into Rondo. We have seen E-Arena put up 29 eliminations. Can anybody get even close? We saw the aggressiveness out of Furia with the third parties too, but we got to talk about Enigma Galaxy been performing well as well. And what I really enjoy about Enigma Galaxy so far is the way that they've been getting those placement points outside of their win. You can see them being able to be consistent.
Exactly, they've got 14 placement points outside of that win, so they are really making sure they hit that podium time and time again, backing it up with eliminations. And again, this is something that I saw yesterday from Enigma Galaxy, is their timing is on point. Coops is back in his prime, it feels like, and the whole team is rallying around that. So the timing is really good, the synergy is very good. They're holding, they're waiting, they're making other teams play for them instead of doing all the dirty work themselves. It's a really, really nice control play that we're seeing from Nigma, and it's working out beautifully.
I mean, I just want to quickly touch on Ulf, because we were a little bit worried about them at the start. We're like, what kind of plan do they have going forward? It's good, it's wins, it's that, it's not, it's dropping. That one, the vehicle sent. They're actually in like a 2-2 split hold, and they were like, what do we do? Let's take the vehicle, let's wedge Tiamba up against that, and able to sort of decimate that entire squad. Obviously the rest of the team sort of joined in that position, but look, they're making split decisions quickly when that moment comes. Is it bad that these decisions have to be made incredibly quickly because they didn't plan it out beforehand? A little bit, but look, they can capitalize on it.
It is. One team that I'm going to be looking to hopefully capitalize here in Rondo as well when we're talking about eliminations is going to be none other than Tiamba. Tiamba has been quite slow today. We've seen them just going down that ranking, and it's a team that needs to be able to bounce back, because guess what? Yesterday it was all about eliminations. Yes, they do end up having some placement points, but it wasn't of the likes that we know they're capable, especially with what we saw at Survival.
Yeah, Milu and QZZ have looked fantastic throughout the entire tournament, right? And Milu really rose to the occasion after QZZ was able to get that MVP title on previous internationals. I do think that, it's been a bit of a slow start for them, but regardless of that fact, there's definitely an opportunity for them to get back to fragging power, fragging potential that we've seen from
Raouf just going around, circling his chair, Satan as well, but Coops, it's all about Coops right now. Hopefully somebody else will be able to step it up from that team as we're going to be going into Rondo. So Hot Jukes, John Allen, take it away. Where's Satan looking at?
Here we go. We're headed into Rondo. The match to put some massive points on the board. As if Miramar wasn't crazy enough already, it's about to get even crazier.
Maybe it's just something about the start of the day, Jukes. Maybe it wasn't Rondo all along. It was just the first games. Maybe this will be the calmest Rondo we've ever seen.
They brought that Rondo energy off the rip, right?
Yeah, they're used to it. Fresh off the breakfast, ready to find their dinner. And that is what we're going to be looking to find here for one of our teams. It will be the case. Maybe a massive early game. We saw it from Milu yesterday. Huge. And the rest of Tiamba as well. Huge start to the day yesterday. Not quite as powerful in the game so far today. So hopefully for Tiamba, they can find that resurgence here. And if you're an arena fan, you're hoping that they can continue to make their strides forwards and keep that White Rabbit chase going.
Gotta be able to
Bixi भाई कल सारी मैच नहीं होती है नहीं अभी तो 3 दिन का टूर्नामेंट है ना अभी तो एक ही दिन हुआ है
It's Rondo, that's for sure.
6 मैच हुआ है अभी 18 मैच है
39-point game in this tournament. Oh man, will that turn things around from. Look at team vitality though, averaging 4.33 elims per game, 1,000 damage. It's a great average here. The thing is if you want to win that $500,000 at first place, become the champions, you got to do something special consistently. So I'm interested to see, right, how these teams are going to fare now that we're playing Rondo for the third match of the day, right? Are they going to be able to keep that aggression up throughout the entire day here? And who's going to be the kings of Neox Factory?
Oh, could be. Or, indeed, somewhere else if Glenpark decides that we don't want to be going to Neox Factory. In general, when you're talking about podium competitors, you're talking about teams who are looking to get about 10 points average. 10 to 12 points average tends to be where we see at the end of these game sets a first place type scoreline being. That generally
हेमंत भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर पानी पूरी यार, क्या बात है भाई, मेरे को भूख लगी है, तुम लोग भी खिलाओ पानी पूरी, समोसा, मैंगो लस्सी कुछ भी।
So hopefully our teams will be able to keep that on side and being able to get, as we were
अब
seeing,
ये वाला मैच होगा रोंडो का,
elims average, being
शाम
able
के
to
समय में चाय का मजा ज्यादा है
complement is very, very important.
चाय टोस्ट खिला दो यार,
There are a couple, I think, of teams who have a distinctly higher average on those elims than others, but it is definitely something that you need to be focusing on to join
Again, bhai, thank you so much for samosa yaar.
because right now I think quite a lot of our teams are
Yes,
falling
patience,
short
big
of
shout
that
to you,
metric.
bro.
That's a fact here. And if you want to be able to get in that metric, though, this is the
That
place
plays,
to do
thank
it.
you
You can
for
see these players are locked in, they're focused. They understand what's at stake here, just how
मेरा कमेंट पढ़ लोगे तो चैनल बैन हो जाएगा आपका, अरे ऐसा है क्या?
for your total tally. You only play it 3 times in this whole finals here. And this being the second one.
6.3.
You know, yeah, 6.3 average from Tianba, man. This squad have been really, really consistent here. A night and day difference from their group stage performance. And this is the Tianba that we know and love. We expected them to do very, very well here. And it's only a matter of time. I think they get that right position going.
Prashant Patel, thank you so much for vada pav yaar.
I
क्या
mean,
बात
we want that survival stage, Tiamba, right?
Yeah.
To be able to jump up and compete with the very, very best.
भाई मेरे को ना होरा से भी बहुत उम्मीदें हैं भाई, होरा बहुत अच्छा खेल रही है,
display
अच्छी टीम है
that sort of a
होरा,
storyline just yet, but it is a great start for them.
Top 5 में तो होरा रहनी चाहिए यार,
to
डिजर्व
add that
करते
one to
हुए
their tally, and again, it's a real great mental boon to these teams to be able to find
कोई बंदा चैट में लिख रहा है सेंट मैंगो और इमोजी लगा रहा है मैंगो का।
Maybe the point swing isn't huge depending on how many
Ashit bhai, thank you so much for gold win yaar.
I feel like there is nothing more relieving than finding that chicken dinner than converting it. Even if you ignore the 4 extra points you get just on placements alone, it is a massive mental fortitude booster. And you need to keep your head on straight because you are going to get into something crazy very early on. I know it. I love it. It's Rondo and it's ready.
It's
Thank you, David. Bhai, thank you so much for party head yaar. क्या बात है?
They're ready to go. I hope y'all guys
Prashant bhai, thank you so much for another vada pav.
This
क्या बात
is
है यार?
just getting started. As the plane is taking off, we're headed to Rondo. Ooh. Okay, we got a little double plane path action here.
Okay. So Neox Factory is accessible from the easternmost plane path, and to be fair, from the west one, but it's unlikely you want to go there because the teams in the east plane will hit the ground so much faster than you. It's much more likely if you're going to hot drop, you go to
Happy
Yulin,
birthday, Bixi,
and
bro.
the same is
अरे
true
नहीं है
vice
मेरा
versa.
birthday भाई, आज
Yulin is
11
further
सितंबर को
along
आता है
that
मेरा
plane
birthday.
path. What this is going to do
भाई
is
बड़ा
split
plane path
these
है।
hot drops up. It's going to make them slightly
plane path
less
होते हैं भाई
chaotic jukes, but more teams may want to go for them because of that.
Yeah, and those teams that normally like to go to Neox Factory, if you're in that other plane, you're going to be there late, so that's going to put you so far behind. So teams are going to have to adapt on the fly, switch drop locations, and make these decisions very, very quickly here. And you can see
सुबह जो आपने टीम अप किया था वो मेरा सुबह
top players right now. Scarface from okay, 16 eliminations. Mormon right behind him, and of course right there as well.
Yeah, Scarface on those damage numbers as well, right on the heels of Milu. Look at that, only 20 damage points behind. We'll see if that changes very quickly into this match because teams are now starting to touch down in towards Neox Factory. They'll be grabbing those weapons. Yulin also will now be occupied, and things are going to get hairy quite quickly. As Irina already taking a knock, Tianba as well have already lost one. Irina, by the way, generally preferring to drop out near Stadium, but the plane path they're on didn't assist with that. We saw them hunting down solos in other matches, those solo outposts that are near those recall towers, which are a major feature in Rondo. They were the team to take that
पहले ओजी में मावी भी था ना 2019 ओजी में थोड़ी थे वो शायद ऑरेंज रॉक में थे वार में थे ना
Not good.
वार में थे शायद
By a beautiful angle.
अरे एक ओपी ने किल निकाल दी है सोमे ने किल निकाल दी तुम लोग देख नहीं रहे यार
Switching it up here, sometimes those little angles can catch you off guard.
OG के 2 किल आ गए
And OG
अभी हाथ खुल गया भाई लोंडो का
Gonna be keeping an eye there on the
नहीं इनके रोंडो अच्छे हैं पता है गॉड
does see Aaron. Now we're gonna switch on over to another fight. Here comes Shudia. Applying that pressure.
Order जो रोजी दोनों के रोंडो अच्छे
bandaging here. Waiting to be able to find those angles. He's got some good weapons here, but Ayala gets caught.
A nade forces Sky to reposition away from the corner. Does take a little bit of damage, but that'll be okay. Remember, the recall towers here in Rondo allow teams to get their players back up and alive, so early fights are out the norm. Silence rolling
Bora
around the edge of
versus
this
Furia.
corner, trying to suppress Sleepy, but the
दोनों ही up down है.
बहुत प्यारा नीड, बहुत प्यारा नीड इसका आएगा.
Flings across his sightlines. No fear does go down on a
Bora
trade.
निकाल
And
लीजिए
now
भाई.
Ayala's looking to break wide to change the tune of this fight and looks for more with Chief.
जो fight जीता वो आप आ जाएगा.
Sky on a sliver of HP just about finds the retreat, but there's a re-engage around the corner.
Chief would have had that, but he ran
I
out of
guess
ammunition. Now he's going to have to
SPO
make a
की
play.
निकाल लेगा. और ये आतंकी ने एक और मारा. क्या बात
Great
है?
work for the side of Furia. They're going to go ahead and take out Aura, put some early
Aura का
points on
एक
the
बंदा
board,
होता है, revive
and they
call
should
कर
be able to
देगा.
pick up Silence here. Now they're going to start laser focusing
Gordon
towards
के
the
भी
side of
जो
four
knock हुए थे वो
drives.
revive
Four
हो गए.
drives creeping in on this one. A
सही है,
little
सही है,
late to this third party, and now they're going to have to battle a pretty kitted and well set up Furia.
Fourth rise. They got some loot on side as well, though not too many nades. In fact, no nades for T24. Neox Factory's been popping off as well. I think Ulf bore the brunt of a lot of damage pouring on their way. You see some elims coming through from Orangutan. Doing bits, but ooh, okay. Ulf may have a little bit of vengeance here, as Eren is still in the firefight. Tianba with their position on the south edge. Tizzy sending away, but Tizzy wants to re-engage on the door frame. It's not going to work out well for the first spray, but suppresses the angle. QZZ with the nade cooking.
Oh,
Drops
अच्छा
around
angle
the
था.
corner, but Hyunbin evades the damage.
Nongshin Red for super aggression here. Looking to get some of them early eliminations. Hyunbin with a lay down, wide out the open. Catches QZZ with the spray. Just keeps that suppressive fire on that window. Catches him on the re-peek. And a great turnaround there. Two superstars battling it out. Now Tizzy. Oh, look at that instant peek back. These angles. Nongshin Red Force so good at these CQC angles.
अच्छा नॉक दिया. बहुत अच्छा नॉक दिया.
अभी नहीं. झाउस ने मारा कोई खाई.
Tianba to have to do a full res on their
कभी
team.
नहीं उसी एंगल पे. अरे आतंकी ने नेड किया हुआ. फटेगा 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 फटेगा. फटेगा आतंकी ने नेड से फटेगा.
They're up to 4 now.
HP बहुत कम
But
है.
they've got another team to try and deal with. Orangutan sidling on into the fight. TZ.
नहीं नहीं यार.
आपके बार फट जाएगा. आपकी बार फट जाएगा. अरे यार.
The solo left in the situation for Ulf is going to find the backlines for Orangutan and slow their approach towards this Nongshim outpost. The two players they've got there can just live a little bit longer, but a tank
वो NS वाले पीछे भाग गए.
and Orangutan keep marching.
Man, great movement from the side of Tizzy and Hyunbin. They are outplaying so many of these players here. So good at this urban fighting. Their peaks, their timing, just impeccable. Wiskaka with that nade was good. Tizzy jumps away and gets peppered only a little bit. Pulls the pin again. And you can see they're utilizing those doors so well.
भाई मुझे ना क्लाउड में स्मोक कर दिया था कि उसने पीछे ना.
Tizzy jumps away from it once again. He's not falling for that one.
I like the attempted utilization of the smoke to stop the vision on the nade arc as it was coming on through. But Tizzy read that one nicely. Knew exactly what they were going for. That nade doesn't connect either. Still has a couple more.
ले लिया.
For it. Wins one. Immediately Eren snaffles that point away for Ulf. He's up to 3 elims there inside. This guy's doing bits. The rest of Ulf are happy to hang out near Danqing on that south side and let Eren roar over in Neox Factory, because it still has yet to conclude. Aurora, I think, still have a solo in that spot as well. And Eren does finally go down to Godlike, who have rolled up into the fight in Neox Factory. A late approach as they were forced away over towards main round.
Now you can see T24 trying to find some angles here. Zypha, ooh, quick shotgun here. He's got the right-hand priority. He should win this. He does.
Nice.
Catches Ayala.
अरे एडमिनो मरा यार.
And now, shots happening back and forth all over the place here. But Zypha's going to have to make another play. But suppressive fire. Was that IQ? Yeah, IQ on the other angle. Doing a great job of applying that pressure, that headshot. It's going to be the end of Furia.
Furia, though, well, in this location.
That's correct, yes.
Igor's on that south side, very far away from Yulin right now, means that they can get that full reset. The recall towers are still available, and at the moment, only one player is completely down. I think that's about to change as well. Admino gets back to his feet. Aurora with top.
शॉटगन थी ना, मार
Only
दिया.
needs the one shot to take down Salme.
Espoir की nade से low हो गया.
Has power with the nade, can't quite connect on towards top, but he spots him running up. Has the
फट सकता है, फट
This
सकता
could be
है.
perfect. Needs it over the top. A lot of damage.
बहुत बढ़िया Espoir. क्या बात.
That is good for Godlike.
Great work from S-Power there, right? Just staying calm, collected. He had that nade locked and loaded, just goes, chunks it, and just uses his weapon to take down top. So we're gonna see some recall action happening. Everybody pretty much back up for the most part. Only a few players still eliminated. And now you know what? Why don't you guys do us a favor? Get in game and go ahead and pop some of the lucky spins right now. Hopefully you can get one of those exclusive 2020 tournament sets. So you can be styled and looking good like a lot of players are. See how S-Power's gonna look though in this 1v1 against a Tiki. It is India on India action here. Oh yeah, he's like, all right, I'll hold the steer for a little longer.
Hot foot no away from that, doesn't take a tickle. Hot southeast shift on this next circle. Pushes us down towards the southeast side.
मान्या की भी फाइट हो सकती है अभी विद गॉड लोगों से.
मान्या तो दोनों दिलवा रहे हैं.
Well, Ulf very happy about this. I think their hill there is probably going to play quite well for them. I think Jukes, and that is a great result for them, given that they're in third place right now. E-Arena in first place. They haven't had an impact on this game so far. They were pushed away very quickly. There's power. A second player on the opposing team angle coming on through. That should be again still recallable. Manya may opt to go for the recall on the forward position, so that he can bolster that. Let the back two godlike move in behind him.
Yeah, S-Power's like 1v1 me bro.
उनको थोड़ी पता है सामने कौन प्लेयर है, उनको थोड़ी पता है. वो जब नॉक करने के बाद फिनिश करेंगे तब पता चलता है उन्हें. और अगर वो फाइट ले भी रहे हैं, टीम अप भी अलाउड नहीं होता है, वही बात है. नहीं पड़ती है ब्रो.
Trying to drive away, trying to be able to survive here. Lowered in the same position. Enigma Galaxy on the bold rotation. And so does end up getting caught and eliminated.
OG के भी चारों जिंदा है.
Very messy now on the western side of this circle. A lot of teams forced into a fight that is unfavorable for a rotation that leaves them exposed. We're seeing the results of that now. The recall tower on the south side of the circle currently under control of Nongshim Red Force.
भाई अभी रिकॉल है, वो फाइट लेंगे तो एटलीस्ट फाइट लेंगे तो किल तो मिलेंगे ना किसी एक टीम को. अच्छी बात है वो अलग-अलग टीम को किल नहीं दे रहे भाई. आपस में फाइट लेंगे तो अपनी ही किसी टीम को मिलेंगे ना एक दूसरे के किल. अच्छी बात है. पॉजिटिव साइड पे देखो भाई.
Have a position near Yulin.
See these teams just starting to get set up here, getting ready.
फिर भी बुरा तो लगता है. हाँ देखो अगर रिकॉल नहीं होता और फिर आपस में फाइट करके मरते तब बुरा लगता है मेरे. बट अभी क्योंकि रिकॉल है तो मुझे इसलिए बुरा नहीं लगा भाई.
Aurora have 5 as well.
अपनी टीम को मिला किल.
So great start for a few of these teams. Now it's about how you're going to end. I think the Galaxy down Satan on that rotate. They do end up finding a spot in this next zone. Pretty central.
कोई सी भी टीम ऊपर रहे इंडिया की रहेगी अपने.
But we never know where this next circle is going to go.
I mean, Ulf really have got a
तो चाहता हूँ एक आध मैच चिकन मार दे.
a while to establish it as well.
OG निकाल ले रोंडो. OG का रोंडो
strong है. They have so much control over the surrounding area. They have vision every single direction. Everybody else just trying to play in their shadow at the moment.
बिक्सी भाई थोड़ा सी मेरा मतलब शाउट आउट दे दो. अच्छा ओके. नकुल शर्मा भाई फिर शाउट क्यों यार, क्या बात है.
वो मान्या ने फिर मान्या
को दिया. आतंकी ने मान्या को मार दिया भाई. आपस में ही लड़ रहे हैं
once more at the hands of Orangutan, and E-Arena actually pushing up to try and third party split that.
मान्या पे भी रिकॉल होगा.
मान्या पे होगा रिकॉल.
Like trying to
वो रिकॉल खत्म ना.
नहीं इसमें रिकॉल बहुत देर तक
for a lot of these teams. S2G, 4th Rise,
बहुत छोटे जोन तक चलता है इसमें. सिर्फ जोन
now there's godlike, but Fudia, they'll take that all day long. Possibly even looking for a back-to-back chicken dinner here. As Aurora, though, that's going to be the team.
S-Power कहाँ है भाई? S-Power बोल रहा है ना न्यूयॉर्क फैक्ट्री के पास.
Hard shift side location. Tianba doing a great job of being able to throw down those smokes very, very quickly here to try to pick up their superstar player. Coops trying to catch some shots into those smokes. Go ahead.
मान्या रिकॉल हो गया.
That coverage for just a little
3 man है.
just a moment.
सामान्य रिकॉल
Right now, I think that
OG 4 में है भाई 4-6 किल लगा दिया OG ने
to not be really in with much chance of moving forwards. A lot of recalls coming on through. Almost everyone in the lobby getting back to their feet. Damage going over towards S2G from Coop, but not quite fully connecting.
He's locked in today, man. I mean, those shots were on point. He was hitting them for the little slight angle that he had. He was getting serious value. You know, Tian was locked in as well. They're just trying to get themselves in a good, solid position. They're in 4th place, 48 points. Not a bad start. But E-Arena with 75, they're the big threat in this lobby. The Thai squad looking really solid here in the Rondo. 1 elimination, the whole team up. They do have a position on the eastern side of the circle. Aurora right on top of them, though. Let's see what they decide to do here.
I mean, they are certainly alive on this side of the circle, but between Aurora and Ulf, it is a difficult position to try and hold down. And can they get much further forwards? I'm not entirely sure, Schweppes. Oh dear, the flames already licking the front of the bonnet there. And that is going to be an unhealthy vehicle. Really reliable when it comes to moving next. But they are safe for the time being next to these two teams. I'm looking at Orangutan and 4th drives on that north side. Could be a contest around the mountain that sits between them. Godlike, I think, are going to have a difficult time moving in as well. Either they could swing out into the blue zone very, very quickly now and try and rejoin Rita. But if you do, you're basically committing to going down in the next zone.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work out.
Yeah, for sure. And EDA need to have a monster Rondo here if they want to be able to get themselves in the series.
बैकग्राउंड में बहुत नॉइज कर रहे हैं लोग. हाँ यार ये तो है.
Meanwhile, 2nd place.
म्यूजिक चला के रखते हैं लोग
Lord going to be using some of that terraforming to put himself into a safe position. This is still super early. I mean, that's just Rondo. Rondo starts off so aggressive, starts to slow down here in the mid game.
अगला जो मैं वार्म मोड बना रहा हूँ ना भी बहुत क्रेजी है भाई वो वार्म मोड. बहुत क्रेजी.
And then it's going to get red hot here in just a minute. Let's see where this circle goes. We're going to see a crazy southern hard shift again. Will it center up? That's going to be huge for these teams. And it does favor the south side a little bit.
Okay, I mean, for Aura, this is great news for them. Their west side is fairly free and clear. EDA do opt to regroup on the south side, which I'm not entirely sure about. I feel like that may be a misplay for them. Very difficult.
Oh, क्या मारा है?
Trying to make the approach that is probably EDA's future. Finding out how difficult it can be. Furia extracting a toll for it. But they do crash in. They do get to the center of this one. Actually, maybe able to get control of this recall tower that's available for about another minute or so. If they can get control of it, get that recall in fast, they could be in with a full force squad on this location. And I think they know the Jiggle's here, but they don't have a lot of time to play around with. It's really ticking away, and a bounce on the nade's not good.
लॉन्च भाई क्या हालचाल हिंदी में कोरोना वायरस को हैं? अर्षद भाई क्या लिख रहे हो? ओह आतंकी ने मारा. उसको फिनिश दिया.
They're going to be sharing this location for now with
OG का एक फिनिश हो गया यार.
This is pretty darn central. So I'm surprised they're really battling this out.
SG को ले सकते हैं, सोलो बचा है SG का.
This is a dangerous fight, honestly. Like, if they take this fight, they're going to get third party.
I mean, all the fights now in the middle are dangerous. Godlike on the south side.
What happened?
Ooh, I think a vehicle explosion there came on through.
Was
took
that?
Tony K down.
फट सकता है ये नेट से कोई तो.
Don't worry.
Damage पड़ा.
I would have clocked that one. It was an explosion.
इससे फट अरे भाई वो नहीं होती ना बीच में कवर सा.
They continue to not quite find the mark for Nick McAllick. Sorry for.
ये survivor type देगा ये का player है.
अरे एक ही ओपी नॉक हो गया.
They aren't quite connecting here. Not quite
के
getting what
बंदे
they
नहीं
want to
फिनिश
get
कर दिया है पूरा.
Orangutan try and crash into the
S2G
middle
का
again.
खत्म है. S2G खत्म. रिकॉर्ड ने मारा.
मान्य अभी
Pretty well for Orangutan actually, as S2G are going to
अरे
go down
गोडेलो
fully.
OG को दिखाओ
These
यार.
recall
क्या
towers
कर रहे
are
हो?
pretty much done and dusted. Only a couple more seconds to get them used.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to be able to use it here at this late stage. Especially if you already burned a lot of your recalls.
सारी फाइट दिखा दी, चल रही थी कोई नहीं दिखाई.
And let's see right now as Ray Z is able to get a nice knock there on the tops with a nade. Another one.
Nade exchange चल रहे हैं भाई.
His bows Morales. And now here comes Win in the vehicle. Possibly just trying to get some information. He gets some for sure. Pops out. Oh. That did
इंडिया
sting.
WTF करता है बट किल 0. अरे यंगस्टर भाई तुम थोड़े से अंधे हो गया भाई. ये मैच में
Team Flash put in the work here on Vitality.
OG के सबसे ज्यादा किल चल रहे हैं इस मैच
Not going
में.
to do it this time around.
और OG इंडिया की
Go
टीम है.
down. Flash playing on with 3. The recall towers are now shut down, which means that every elim will stick. There are no recalls available. The arena somehow managed to get
time out
to the
dona
center
yaar.
of this circle is kind of crazy, and to do so with 4 players alive, great news. Hopefully they can make that one work. Meanwhile, on the south side, you've got Godlike, Ida, and Furia all looking for position. Yeah, this is a replay, I think, on how Tony K went down.
Yeah,
he ran into the buggy. He ran into the buggy.
Yeah, well, it was that cover flare that ended up busting up that buggy, and it was just inching it little by little. It just did enough damage to pop it. So you gotta watch out where you drop those cover flares.
No foul. They're all alive. That's what matters right now. Nade over the top, over towards Enigma Galaxy, though, from Tianba, who have had to fight down from this north side of their compound. Enigma Galaxy have been hiding here for quite a while, and Tianba seems to be an overwhelming force for them around. Isolated away from the rest of the team. Ulf have been trying to push it from the east side, and somehow Scarface doesn't go down here. Finally does get knocked to QZZ. There is an answer, a little bit of damage, and his 4th drive's chiming in for a 3rd party from the west side.
QZZ getting caught out by Ulf. Mila getting shot in his back from 4th drive. Tianba now are fully pinched. You got 4th drives looking at one side, looking on the other, and this is all outside of the circle. Disaster here for Tianba. Have to fight their way out of this position.
Tianba QZZ को वो खिलाड़ी गवा चुके हैं।
बहुत पीछे चल रही है फाइट अभी।
Couple of elims on the angle, but they trap themselves behind the water. Wrapping around that one, it takes so much wind out of your sails. You just don't continue that speed. You don't carry any momentum in towards the circle. And they found out all about it. Furia were a roadblock for them, and they may have dragged Furia down with them, but for Emre, he's now got so much to do, and he's going to crash probably straight onto Aura, and almost certainly going to go down here. I'm so surprised he hasn't already fallen. And Emre just sneaking his way through.
Yeah, point difference बहुत है अभी.
Tianba on the drive-in now. Gonna have to force to just fully send it onto the middle, but they are getting beat up here. Sacrificing players one by one. Milu. And now it's up to the single player. Oh, he does end up catching 1 point. So Tianba hold on just for a little while longer.
Staying alive, staying in the thick of things. The arena likely to be able to push fully up and over with Ulf suppressing this angle. Aking can survive for just a while longer. And Ulf are going to have a tough time pushing towards this one with the suppressive fire coming in, but Aking does go down. That actually comes from Furia. Very long shot down from the south side. Close to max range, I believe.
Furia,
yeah, 393 meters there.
और कितने मैच बता दो भाई अभी 11 मैचेस हो रहे हैं.
Furia are putting in work here. 10 points on the board so far. Right behind him is OG with 8. They definitely needed those points. And here comes Furia pressing in through the south side, moving in little by little, making sure that there ain't nobody near him.
Aurora with the western high ground as well. This mountain giving them a lot to work with. The position held previously by Aura, but they decided to commit instead much more central onto the west point of the compound that sits central on this circle.
It's going to be a big game for
Aurora this position. I mean, it absolutely could be. Given their position with 8 elims, they've got some brilliant oversight. Not too many teams have the flexibility to challenge them. It is, of course, the Kiss Curse position, though, because you do have to leave it at some point. Well, almost certainly you're going to have to leave it at some point, and that is where things start to get a little bit muddy.
If this zone shifts to Aurora, they're getting like 20 points this game. Plus, I mean, this is the spot to have. But it is quite on the edge here. Let's see if they end up getting lucky. This is the time to get lucky in the map that you really want to get lucky on, that's for sure.
ये लोग गड्ढे बना रहे हैं ताकि इनको कॉल मिल सके.
Nongshim Red Force catching Chief out from Furia.
Sneaking in. A shot in around the sides of those silos, through the fences. It is pretty resible, though, for Furia, I imagine. The circle does move away from Aurora, though, and up towards the north side. This is a lot of open ground that maybe 4th Rise could try and leverage, but there's not a lot.
OG पे दिक्कत हो गई है अभी वो है ना.
You could see just sweeping out to the west is wide open. You're going to need those cover flares, so it depends how many they've got in the back pocket. Create some of your own defilades with that destructible terrain. That's what they're going to be needing to do to control that north side. In the meantime, Furia still giving it large on the south side.
Doc started to throw some nades in. They know they got to get moving here. They got those vehicles. They're smoking, though. Bose does go down. That's huge for the side of Aurora. And Doc trying to drive very carefully, little by little. Oh, saw that crate. I need that. I need that. I got 300 rounds. I need more. I need that. And he's going to find at least another drink because he was out. Swaps vehicles, and now Aurora just trying to leapfrog into this next zone.
Last player of Orangutan goes down in the meantime. IQ gets spotted out in the open. I mean, this is what I was talking about, right? It's such a difficult area to try and move into. The question is timing, and for IQ, he gets caught a little bit too early. And there's really no cover. But it is such a majority on the circle. If you can establish any sort of position out there, you start to get so much control. And with Aurora still able to use the high ground that they've been playing from, they have great sightlines to control that. But Fourth Rise will be able to move in. Aurora are also going to have to move. Oh, beg your pardon. Have to move.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, though. This is Rondo, and if you don't got cover, you got to make your own. Use those cover flares, use that terraforming, and make it happen. You can see all for the good, solid position that they've created for themselves. You got Aura on the other end, trying to sneak some eliminations. No fear, going to be laying down, trying to see if he can catch that pixel. He sees him, put some shots, but not able to get the knock.
Aurora rotating back in towards the compound, looking to extract more point value from these elims. Tourniquet will be spotted. Zjol rattles him down. And the rest of the team answering with a volley of fire. Emre, by the way, from Ida, still alive. A solo who managed to sneak his way on through. I imagine Aurora should be aware of this position. We'll see if they deal with it or if they allow him to sit there in their buffer zone.
Aurora के चालू नहीं था यार.
Getting set up here. I like how he risks it and moved that.
मुझे लग रहा है Aurora अभी इस मैच के बाद आ जाएगी, पता है, top 5.
The crowd is
Aurora को बस थोड़ी सी kill निकालनी है.
The Furia fans are going nuts. They see their team with 11 eliminations so far. And there goes Aurora starting to throw some nades. They are in this next circle, so they're just holding the spot for now.
Just holding it down.
Bixi भैया मस्त लग रहे हो. अरे thank you यार.
Nongshim Red Force making it very difficult for them to move up and through this compound. They can get a knock if they can open a way. Might be an opportunity for them. Trades back and forth across every single angle. Nongshim also have spots on towards Horror, who are trying to make their way up on the western edge. Oh, it's a nasty ascent up this hill. There is a complete broadside from Hyunbin. He's got that DP. A lot of ammo in the tank, and a big north shift comes through.
Ooh, the circle goes up to the top and
zone
away from all these
teams.
So all of them are going to have to start moving. Hyunbin, he realizes it. He's like, oh, we're in trouble. We need to just start getting some eliminations here because getting into this next circle is going to be almost impossible.
I'm looking at this circle. I feel like it's Aurora and Fourth Rise right now, who are in some ways stopping each other from being the best in the circle, and therefore allowing teams from the south to have an opportunity. If this fight concludes one way or the other, which I don't think it will, Dukes, not at the moment, it could be pretty tricky for everybody else to march forward, but it seems like they found some sort of peace between the two.
Yes, that's the right play in all honesty. You gotta just throw the smokes in between, but like, guys, let's look down south. Let's get all these eliminations, fight each other later for first and second place, because, oh, this is a feeding frenzy here on the south side, as all these teams are just desperate to try to find a spot into this next zone. Hyunbin up close and personal. He's got the shotgun. He can make the plays, and Nongshim Red Force are putting in the work up close and personal.
Video कब आएगी Bixi bro? आ जाएगी 2-3 आ जाएगी.
Two elims there, no placements. A nice result for the team. Look at a chase. Ulf though in a little bit of danger as they try and sweep up from the eastern side and crash into Fourth Rise. But with Cypher going down, with 2 players left, actually only 1 player left in action. It's only IQ up on the north side, and Furia in the meantime are sweeping up over on the inside of the compound. Ayala on the corner. Shots goes down to Nongshim as they move out to the east. But
भाई कार स्किन लगाना अलाउ नहीं रहता है. नहीं कार स्किन ऑफ रहती है, गन स्किन ऑफ रहती है.
The only thing standing away in their way.
बाकी रहते हैं हिट ट्रैक वगैरह, उन सबसे गेम अनफेयर हो जाता है. थोड़ा सा होता ज़्यादा नहीं. गन स्किन का वो भी तो देखो ना, किल फीड की वजह से तो दिक्कत देगा. ऊपर किल फीड देखोगे तो टीम के लोगोस आ रहे हैं.
Now forced to just run out the open. Jiggle with the jump down, trying to make the play in the 1v2.
Almost 1v2 था. अच्छा था भाई.
Hey, that's so nasty though, because it does mean that Eagles is going to be alone, solo, and will not be able to weather the storm of bullets sent his way by Nongshim Red Force. Now at the open, it's Aurora as we transition up to the north side. And Fourth Rise, I mean, they lost so much on that push forwards, and it's just IQ now. I don't think you're getting back over to him, mate. and he does go down. IQ, a solo for 4 thrives. 14 eliminations for Nongshim Red Force, 10 for Aurora. This is a big game, any way you cut it.
And it's going to be one of these teams that's going to win it. Who's it going to be? It's Aurora versus Nongshim Red Force. Yol gets knocked. That could be the opening volley. But Nongshim Red Force just going to hold that angle. So easy, catches top as well. So just knock after knock, back and forth. That's going to really hurt the utility from both these teams. Reefus, level 2 vest, pretty beat up. Sees an angle though. Hits the headshot on the
That is a beautiful start. This is the open ground I was talking about before, Jukes. It's just so difficult. There is that sloping ridge in front of Nongshim as well, that means they really kind of only have one angle to go. And it is fully covered off by Aurora.
Yeah, it's because Aurora is shooting some dang laser beams here at the end. The tiniest pixels, nothing but headshots. Nongshim Red Force, we know they got the gun skill to pay the bills though. Gonna have to battle it out with Aurora, because Aurora are on fire right now. Now they have the numbers advantage as well, top with 5, and look at that.
3v4 है यार, Aurora ले जाएगी.
They're stuck in this one spot. They are
Zone देखते हैं किस पे बना. 11 सेकंड में पता चल जाएगा मैच का विनर कौन है.
Evens out the battle with that huge knock on his Yol. Perfect timing.
And it's a forward position as well, which means that in order to get them back up, they need to break forwards. For Aurora, they need to expose themselves. That makes it more likely. We're in a 3v3 clean. Hyunbin suppressing the corner of the rock there, looking to try and put them back behind. And he will bury them behind it. As Doc is taken down on the angle. That is resible, but it's going to allow them to move forward incrementally, making their way, making their approach here. Reefus doesn't dare step up.
Hyunbin is just an absolute beast with these laydown plays. Putting in the work, catches top. Hyunbin is on fire. Making it happen for his team. Applies that suppressive fire on Reefus. Reefus cannot afford to get knocked here. If he does, he's gone.
He's got the MG3 from the crate though. Is it going to be enough? A lot of damage done to him. Ziol's been slowly bleeding out. There has been reses coming through, or attempted to come through from Aurora. And they do manage to pick all 3 of their players back up on the forward front. Ziol finally flushed. Reefus dying left and right with the MG3 barking loudly across the open ground. But it's going to be the knock sent his way. And Nongshim Red Force are giving this an excellent go. Moving forwards, they make it to the nade, and they are just out of range. The nade goes forwards. Only top remains in the way. And the Molotov burns it. Tracks him down.
Nongshim Red Force turning the tables on Aurora. Aurora looking unstoppable. And then Hyunbin said, oh, you think you got it, huh? Nah, we got this.
Clean execution at the end from Nongshim Red Force. A brilliant exit from that location. It got so messy around those silos. Those compounds really, really tricky, and it's got to be so disappointing for Aurora as well.
They don't lose those.
You shouldn't be losing those, no. It is really, really tough.
Max को मजा आ गया चिकन देखने के बाद.
Was so difficult to get in towards, with 4 thrives being in the way for Aurora. If they been able to deal with that a little bit earlier,
भाई मैन एडवांटेज भी नहीं थी, कवर भी नहीं था, कुछ नहीं था.
Red Force from getting as far as
Aurora पे मैन एडवांटेज कवर सब था.
On the compound for Nongshim Red Force, the South Korean side managed to navigate that one brilliantly.
I mean, that was just
पाकिस्तानी स्ट्रीमर गाली दे रहे हैं हमारे प्लेयर्स को. भाई छोड़ो ना यार, जिसने जो सीखा है वो वैसे करेगा. कोई नहीं.
That is the most frustrating one for them, because they know that we just got outgun skilled. Us, Aurora, the Mongolian super squad. What happened? Hyunbin with those laydowns, making the plays, the pop-off, absolutely well-deserved. I mean, that was just disgusting.
Locking it in with the daps. That's what you got to do. You got to be pumped when you get those chicken dinners on side, and on Rondo no less, with a big elim count. That is a breath of fresh air for Nongshim Red Force, hoping to get another global level title
बना के मैच निकाल ले गए. वही तो बहुत अच्छा निकाला मैच.
I mean, Nongshim Red Force, when they won PMMI, they weren't on top of the leaderboards until literally the last game, right? They stole that tournament, and
Jonathan क्यों नहीं खेल रहा Bixi भाई? Jonathan की टीम क्वालीफाई नहीं हुई थी.
That many points?
इसलिए नहीं खेल रहा Jonathan.
These leaderboards are going to look dangerous.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Remember, E-Arena, Enigma Galaxy, again, going down a little bit earlier. that's going to close the gaps once more, and teams can start to catch up. It is looking level. And again, it's that marathon style that we've got on today with the 8 matches from the delays that we had yesterday. The 8 matches today are going to test these teams' endurance.
We still got so many games left.
I'm so excited.
This is just Toronto. We got 3 more Air Gales, 2 more Miramars. How's Aurora gonna roar back though? That's gonna be my question. You know, Doc, he did not like that one. They did not like that. Yeah, they were like, there's no way we get bad beat here. Hyunbin though, I mean, using that terraforming, you can just see for everybody out here that wants to be a professional player, these are the guys you gotta look at here because you know, in order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. And Hyunbin
जो एक आदमी खड़ा है टीम के पीछे, उसका क्या काम है भाई? उसका काम है कोऑर्डिनेट कराना यार। जो आदमी जो पीछे खड़ा है तो बंदा उसके देखो कानों में स्पीकर है और माइक है।
Absolutely, yeah.
तो वैसे रहता है भी किसी प्लेयर का इंटरव्यू होना रहेगा तो ये बता देगा कि भाई आपका इंटरव्यू आप चले जाओ, या फिर इनको मान लो कुछ चाहिए होगा, पानी चाहिए होगा, इनकी ईयरफोन खराब हो गई तो ये उस बंदे को आके बोल देंगे तो वो कोऑर्डिनेट करा देगा।
Actually, maybe 2, but the impact of destructible terrain being able to carve out those little divots, those little defilades with explosives, as well as the deployable cover flares. I think those 2 features make
अभी तो भाई
so
5 मैच और बचे हैं यार,
late game stages.
बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा
If it weren't for those 2 features, I don't think either team would have been able to make it towards the end there. There was so much open ground, but they had to close it down, and the team to do it was Nongshim Red Force. We'll see you in a few.
Bro, big fan watching from Nepal. Okay, thank you bro, thank you.
कल तो वो होगा
क्या?
स्मैश रूल होगा।
क्या कह रहे हो?
कल तो स्मैश रूल होगा ना, जिसके पॉइंट ज्यादा हो जाएंगे उन पे वो मिलेगा, एक बाउंटी मिलेगी एक प्रॉपर।
अच्छा, उससे क्या होता है?
मतलब स्मैश रूल अगर कल 6 मैचेस होंगे ना, जैसे
हाँ
3 मैच में भी खत्म हो सकता है गेम।
कैसे?
अगर कुछ टारगेट मिलेगा इतने पॉइंट्स का कि 150 पॉइंट्स ऊपर चलेगा ये लोग तो जीत जाएंगे ऐसा।
ओह, उससे और ज्यादा कंपटीशन हो जाएगा।
हाँ
अच्छा।
खिलाड़ी ने एमवीपी का किताब अपने नाम लिया, यानी जहाँ पे हम बात कर रहे थे नोंगशिम रेड फोर्स की, जहाँ पे हम बात कर रहे थे ऑरोरा की, वहाँ पे उल्फ के ये खिलाड़ी आउट ऑफ द ब्लू, आउट ऑफ द सिलेबस आए हैं। 7 इंडिविजुअल फिनिशेस एंड अच्छा इंडिविजुअल परफॉर्मेंस हमें देखने को मिला इनकी तरफ से।
बिल्कुल, बट ओवरऑल लीडर बोर्ड की बात करें, इसी अच्छे इंडिविजुअल परफॉर्मेंस के चलते यूएलएफ सेकंड आ चुकी है ओवरऑल लीडर बोर्ड पे। अरोरा गेमिंग मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था कि पिछले मैच का जो रन था उससे इनको काफी हेल्प मिलेगी, बट दे आर स्टिल
ओजी ने अच्छा खेला, बताइए बात।
वहीं ई अरीना की बात करें, अभी भी 11 पॉइंट्स का एक सेफ्टी नेट।
देखिए, जिस बारे में हम शुरुआत में भी बात कर रहे थे कि लाइक सेफ्टी नेट ऑब्वियसली
तो आधे मैच भी नहीं हुआ है,
लेकिन एक टीम को आप देखिए वो कितना ज्यादा गिरता हुआ नजर आ रहा है।
इंडिया से ओजी एंड गोल्डन है
और टियानबा एंड उसी टीम के मिलू जो
गोल्डन थोड़ा वीक खेला है ब्रो। तुम ये देखो ना, उनके प्लेयर्स कल बीमार थे यार,
उनका परफॉर्मेंस आज
भी 100% तरीके से तो रिकवर नहीं हो गया।
मुझे फिर बाबा की बात याद आ गई जहाँ पे उन्होंने कहा था कि ई अरीना का परफॉर्मेंस शायद गिर जाएगा, बट तियानबा का नहीं गिरेगा करके
बाबा कहते हैं, बाबा कभी कुछ भी कहते हैं।
अभी तो 5 मैच बचे हैं गाइस आज के।
अभी हम फिर से हमारी टीम्स के ऊपर आते हैं। ओजी गॉडलाइक ओरंगुटान, दिस गेम वाज अ डिसेंट मैच, 8 फिनिशेस ओजी के पास, बट ऐसा लग रहा है ये दोनों अभी भी एक दूसरे के अगेंस्ट कम्पीट कर रही हैं।
आपस में ही फाइट चल रही है। पहले हमने देखा था कि ओजी की फाइट एस पावर के साथ हुई, जहाँ पे एस पावर अकेले थे, उनके पास रिकॉल था ऑफ कोर्स, एंड वो अकेले फंस गए थे उस फाइट में, जहाँ पे कंफर्मेशन विस्कॉट की तरफ से हमें देखने को मिला। उसके बाद
जल्दी बंद करना पड़ेगा
सिचुएशन में अकेले फंस गए ना, आई गेस मान्या के पास तो रिकॉल भी नहीं था, एंड मान्या बस धरे रह गए सिचुएशन में। उन्होंने शुरुआत की एक्चुअली उस फाइट की, गाड़ियां शांति से जा रही थी बगल से, बट उन्होंने शॉट्स लिए उन गाड़ियों के ऊपर, एंड 2 खिलाड़ियों का पलटवार आया एंड मान्या वहां धरे के धरे रह गए।
जी बिल्कुल, मान्या वहां से आगे अपनी टीम को नहीं ले जा पाए। बट अभी ये देखना है कि जब मैच चल रहा था इतने इंटेंस हीट ऑफ द मोमेंट के अंदर, अभी हमारे जो
अगर टारगेट पॉइंट को कोई टीम ने क्रॉस कर लिया तो उसके बाद किसी में चिकन कर लिया तो वही टर्नी खत्म। हाँ, ऐसा ही होगा। वो टारगेट पॉइंट जिसने पहले कंप्लीट किया वो जीत गया, मतलब इस टाइप से।
कल जो टॉप टीम रहेगी ना आज के पॉइंट्स टेबल में, से 10 पॉइंट प्लस कह रहे हैं।
Points 77 eliminated.
चलो तो फिर गाइस अभी स्ट्रीम एंड करते हैं। मैं कल करता हूँ पूरी फुल सारे मैचेस देखेंगे कल। आज मेरा थोड़ी सी तबीयत खराब चल रही है क्योंकि मैं सुबह बस 4 घंटा सोया था यार। सुबह मैं रात 12 बजे सो के सुबह 4 बजे जाग गया था, तब से जाग ही रहा हूँ।